like I'm meant to strike. Flat earth beneath my feet, knowing I'm here to meet. Ocean's edge, it calls my name. Purpose in this life's game. Horizons line so clear, God's love brings me near. Flat earth made by him, my journey long yet thin. Purpose found in every day, guided by his gentle sway. Mountains totally stand in place.
Yo, floats, what's up? Good to see you all. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. It's good to be here. We are joined by Michael and Roger.
Hello.
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 Hello, sir. How are you doing today?
Good, thanks. And just want to say a warm welcome to everybody in the chat. Thank you for coming. Please hit those likes, share the show. Let everybody know we are here and live right now because it does help the show to get out to a wide audience. Okay, so tonight's topic. Michael actually alluded that I should watch this and we should go through it because there's some things that, it's weird, apparently.
The link I sent you clearly is not the same that QE played on his first show.
Yeah, I've picked up the whole 4-hour one now, which you're going to go through. This is practically where he starts talking now and then where he's going to start rambling about everybody that thinks the sun is fake and blah, 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 all that stuff.
Yeah, he called out Vlad, Slav, and you, and he said he was going to come after you.
Yeah, it did.
He's going to come after me. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. I don't take threats really kind, by the way.
No, neither do I.
So, yeah, Z is tagged, and so is Witsit. They tagged in tonight's show. They are more than welcome to come defend themselves, and then we'll point them out as the shills they are. Because anybody that pushes upward rising Earth is a shill. Full stop.
Yep.
I'm going to say it now. Anybody that says the Earth is upward rising, you are not a flat earther. You are a globe shill.
Well, what's
Yeah, I think so.
the difference between them and people pushing this so-called flat Earth model? And
Nothing.
I'll add to that. It's almost like a replacement gravity. So, yeah, upward rises Earthers are trying to explain gravity, and then you've got your globebusters with a incoherent dialectic, whatever they call it.
Acceleration.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like they're all pushing it. You don't need to re-explain gravity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't have to.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Exactly. And I just want to say to anybody who want to come in and have a discussion with us, please email me at flatzoid@gmail.com and I will send you the link to get in. You guys ready to go through some of the stuff and listen what he has to say?
Sure.
One thing we did say, because we watched like the first few minutes of this before we started, we were like, the whole time we realized it's always me, I, me. That's a bit odd. Why would someone have a show and they just keep on talking about themselves? And I was laughing at the whole time because he keeps making declarations that he was the guy that said Jaren this. He was the guy that said this is going to happen. He was the guy that said first, oh, what happens in the sky doesn't make the ground, blah, blah. Dude, before this guy's even a flat earther, everybody was saying that. So the guy's talking shit. But yeah, it's amazing how these upward rising Earthers think they are like the bee's knees. But yeah, this is what it is to say.
Okay.
You can make hit pieces. They're already coming. We had a nice little hit piece from one Eddie Banjo. Eddie, are you listening over there? I don't know what time it is in Japan. Maybe you're just getting up or whatever it is. You might be sleeping. You'll hear this, Eddie. Eddie, what are you doing? You're losing your mind. You're going to do a hit piece on Nachiketa? Eddie, you're a pseudo-intellectual at best.
Wow.
But we're going to go into it. We're not going to spend it all here. We're going to get into Eddie and his circling sun.
Shout out to Eddie Banjo. I think he's an awesome guy. I think he's doing a great job. Yes, I don't agree with every single thing he says, but I think he's doing a good job. I don't know about you guys.
Well,
I like that. I've liked Eddie for a long time.
can we agree that like some of us are pushing a biblical cosmology and some of us aren't?
Yep.
And this
No,
is why
right.
we had another stream the other night.
Eddie's for Bible, right? I don't
Yeah,
agree that he pushes that map. I don't agree with that. But Banjo needs to look into that himself, but it does push God's creation.
Amen. And I don't know if you guys have realized that this is literally showing. This is why I said maybe this is a spiritual battle, because if you haven't realized, the people that are against the Bible are the ones attacking all the biblical Christians, the biblical flat earthers. Have you realized that? It's
Yeah.
like
Yes, I have.
separated all the biblical flat earthers from these other idiots that want to push nonsense that Witsit pushes and what these guys push.
Yeah. I see that
Yeah.
all the time. now.
Derek says, for all complaints Zed has towards Jaren, it strangely sounds like him, right? And I think Nat and Zed are going to try and be the new Jaren and Witsit.
That's what we also think. I think Z and Natch are trying to take Jaren and Witsit's place.
Yeah, they've seen a gap.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's just idiocracy on Jaren's part. They're preying on this because Jaren doesn't know what science really is. He doesn't understand the method itself.
Well, you
Doesn't want to.
I'm pretty
No.
sure everybody's heard me say this before, right? But if you're a flat earther and you realize that Earth is created and you don't move on to find Jesus Christ created that, what is the point? What's point?
Mhm.
You might as well still be a glober as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I-
what the OTO says, do as I will be all the law. So that's what they want. They want to be able to have their cake and eat it too. They don't want a moral
The-
God. Like,
The one thing I did watch that hour point where Witsit was on talking to Natch, we're probably going to go through that just now. The whole time I watched it, I found it very perplexing that while Z and Natch were calling out Witsit never once got angry with them, never once was rude to them. It was almost like they were agreeing with each other, but they weren't agreeing with each other. How different was it when Witsit came on to talk to us?
Yeah, exactly. Why
Very
did Witsit call Natch or Zed for not being on camera at any point? Like, 'cause that's what he told me. You can't ask me a question because you're not on camera.
But not just that, the whole way he acted with them, he didn't overtalk. He wasn't rude to them. Didn't, with us, it just came on. He was as rude as you could be. He wouldn't let us say a word. Keep telling us we're slandering him and lying. Blah 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 and blah. It's
no, he told
really
told me
odd.
we were garbage, dude.
It's almost as if it's scripted, that they made this interaction to make it seem that there is blood between them, but there's not really, because
Yeah.
it seemed really bad.
Yep.
Mhm.
That is exactly how it seemed to me.
So it's odd because they do they claim, oh, they don't really see eye to eye, but they do agree that everybody that says the whole TFE thing was fake, we're all shills, we're all bad people, and blah blah blah.
Well, let me point something out, right? Whenever we've spoke to it, say, or whether Nathan on FED spoke to it, say, or QE spoke to it, is always like, you're overtalking me, stop overtalking me. Like, he never said that to Zed, never.
Not once.
Never
And they did
said we
interrupt him a
overtalking
few
him.
times.
And I'm not saying Zed were overtalking him, right? I don't think
No,
they
he
were.
did. He did.
But-
He and Natch overtalked him a few times.
The behavior is very strange.
Very different. I just want to say, as he says, like I was with Green with McKeegan, I let McKeegan talk because I wanted information. And I'm happy I did so, because I'm going to be having a few videos coming out that really makes me show that, yes, it was faked. Especially his Insta 360 footage, by the way. So you might want to pay attention.
People who don't watch you know that you're like, how can I say, like, you'll speak to someone to enable them to trip themselves up. You know what I mean?
I talk
It's
with
like,
intent.
yeah, you were just letting McKeegan talk because he'll bury himself.
Yeah, there's a few things that I had to let him say because I needed to get information on some things. So yeah, do pay attention and do watch out because there are some videos I'm coming out, especially based on his Insta 360 claim and the heal he was claiming that blocks
Yes.
regulation.
So for instance, like people might say, "Oh, Flatzoid were agreeing with Globe." You
No.
don't know Flatzoid then. It's that
Who said that?
simple.
This
Oh,
was
God.
a nice, calm conversation. Doesn't mean you agree.
No.
Okay,
I was just glad to get to talk to him, man. You did get what you needed out of it, you know.
and now Critical Thing wants to debate me because he
Wow.
thinks his weight was science.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but let's just listen what this guy has to say.
That he loves so much. But y'all just want to call it fake because it's easy. But little do you know, you're playing exactly into Mr. Will Duffy's trap. If you think Will Duffy is not a master at this game, you are mistaken.
I'm sorry, I'm going to say it again. Well, Duffy is incompetent.
Yeah,
He's not a master of anything. He thinks he's a master of things because he likes to be deceptive. That's about it. The guy's incompetent.
Yeah,
The
he had to
fact he's
hire a
giving-
professional.
Yeah, the fact he's giving him so much credit of being a mastermind is like beyond me.
Oh, jeez.
He is the proverbial wolf in sheep's clothing if I ever saw one. But we'll get into it. Again, we'll get into it. Yeah, Angela Baby Carson, she says, I'm still the only model that we have in the Flat Earth community. That's right, Angela. We've all seen those pictures of you in the bathtub. For anybody who doesn't know, Angela Baby, she has a bathtub outside. It's very surreal. I guess you can do that if you live in Canada. I don't know.
Wait. Why are you talking about a woman in a bathtub?
Hmm.
It seems a bit perverted to me.
It is. And I think he's making a point of that to make it perverted.
It's
Yeah.
perverted, like, but that is what she does. Let's roll.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not saying that's not, but the point is how he's trying to let everybody picture into the mind about it. He could have just said, yeah, she's the only model who got your models club. Finished. But now he wants to paint a picture in everybody's mind about she's bathing outside. That's weird.
So yeah,
You know what I
but
mean?
so he agreed with Ant, like, because what Angela said were truth, even if she doesn't know it, right? Because I don't believe Angela knew that when she said that. But when she said that she's the only flat Earth model, you then get Zed and Witsit talking about models all night.
Oh, yeah.
That's also true.
They did.
A bit of almost like
and I'm
subliminal
sorry,
messaging.
Angela, if you're listening, like, but I don't think you know what you meant by that. Like,
No, they totally misread what you're saying. And I still shout out to Angela. I got nothing against her, although I don't agree with the things she does again, but I got no issue with her. So
Well, here's the thing he said is that I don't want to talk about models, but I do want to talk about models. We shouldn't talk about models, but he kept back and forth with him. I think he's trying to get Witsit to double speak in this process. It's kind of weird the way he baited him.
I don't know.
We've seen those pictures, Angela. We know you're the quintessential Flat Earth model.
Okay.
Models, except for Angela Baby Carson and those tatas. That's the only model we need.
Okay, let's go.
Or Banjo's biblical cosmology model. We need one model, and it's you, Angela.
Banjo's biblical cosmology model. No, that's the Hebrew cosmology model.
Yeah, it
It's
doesn't
not
belong to
Banjo.
Banjo.
not a model.
Yeah, and it's not Banjo's.
Yep.
Who's with me?
No, I'm not with you.
Who owns Genesis?
Yeah, that's right, folks. Haven't missed a beat around here.
Flats.
Haven't?
Huh?
But yeah,
Who owns Genesis?
God.
God.
Yeah. Are they God's words recorded?
Mm-hmm.
So the
Moses
God
wrote
words,
them down, right?
yeah. So they're not Banjo's model. They're not my model. They're not your model. You know, it's just God's words recorded.
Yep.
Not even a model.
And Zed's getting ready to come on us next, so he's gonna bring us up and everybody else in our little community.
And by the way, guys, yes, I did put my link as that Flatzoid as a joke. Okay.
Nice joke.
That's where was I? I was the person who told Mr. Campanella exactly what he would find down there. And sure
Oh, were
enough,
you?
they found it. You know why? Because it was obvious.
Oh, really?
It's
You
embarrassing.
know why? It's because you're Glober, acting as a flat earther. That's why it's obvious to you.
Look, yeah, but loads of people might have told Jaren, like not
Many
just
people
one
told
person,
Jaren.
like, and
Yeah.
anybody with even like an ounce of understanding what we're going off would have told Jaren.
You remember the speaker's corner I went on? I told him.
Yeah,
And he got mad at me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a garbage person.
I'm embarrassed for you all. Flatzoid, are you listening?
Yes, I'm
You're
listening.
embarrassing yourself.
Wow.
Sov Dave, don't worry,
Whoa, whoa,
Sov.
whoa. What am I embarrassing myself about, guys?
I'll tell you.
I don't know.
We're calling this out as fake footage,
Yep.
Just stick
That's
by
why.
it.
and this is the point why I wanted you to play this, right? Why is it so important that it's not fake?
Because they
Yeah,
have
that's
to
what
get
I
people to
don't. I
believe
mean, we've made this very clear. We don't care if the sun is there 24 hours or not. We haven't been presented the actual evidence that it is there. What we have been presented is a whole bunch of fakery
Yep.
and deception. And what have we been doing? Calling out the fakery and deception. The sun
Yes, we
being
have.
there or not doesn't change the fact it's still a flat Earth. We've said this the whole time. So how in the world are we embarrassing ourselves when saying, "Listen, yeah, you got caught in your deception or lies"?
Yep.
How is that
But
an
they get-
embarrassment? Is it maybe this guy doesn't want us to dig deeper because he might be in on it?
It's looking that way.
I think the Zetetics are in on it, to be honest
Yeah,
with you, because they
So yeah, Zetetic, you got my tag. You know how to come in. More than happy to discuss this with you. Just hope he does better than Witsit, though.
me too.
We're going to get into you. Get your guns ready, metaphorically, of course, because
I've
you're
got my
clown
guns
and you're
ready,
going
Zed.
down.
Sorry?
Go ahead,
Get
Mike.
your in here, pal.
Mm-hmm. And I have
Vlad, I
metaphoric
don't know.
guns,
I know
too.
you're listening, Vlad. I got my eye on you, Vlad. I don't know where you're going to go. Much love. You're a good guy. Let's see where the chips fall.
What?
And so many others.
Vlad,
Whoever this King Nico
Ironworks.
guy is,
Mhm.
this is your move. It was fake. What are you going to do? Set us back another 10 years? Is Will Duffy going to have to drag all your asses down there next year? You're clowns. You're going for the low-hanging fruit and you're fools. I will go after every one of you one by one if I have to. Tediously, steadfastly, I will take each and every one of you down.
Wow, that's quite a
Statement.
That's a big claim, like, but why didn't anybody need to go down there in the first place?
Good question.
that's what we've been saying as well. There wouldn't have been this TFE thing if nobody entertained it and went there. It's as simple as that. If they had no flat earthers to go, there wouldn't be this nonsense, would there?
Nope. And Nathan's been saying that too. Let's go one. You're like, no, I'm not going. Look what happened.
There's just too much coincidences related to this TFE. Sorry. And Z, since you want to be a big boy and play with a big man, come in. I'm more than happy to entertain this threat that taking us down.
I just want to say, right, as a normal person who looks at things and questions them, like I look at that footage and something's not right. You know what I mean? I don't need Zed to tell me whether it's right or not. I can look for myself.
Yeah, but you know what's the hypocritical thing of these cunts is they call out astronauts as fake and they faking things, okay? But as soon as we call out something that shows to be fake, we are embarrassment. We are wrong. Why are we wrong? Oh, because he believes there's a 24-hour sun. So just because he believes there's a 24-hour sun, therefore, if everybody says, look here, this is fake, therefore we're all wrong. Remember what I said before what started? This whole guy is about himself. Me, me, I, me. This guy has an ego bigger than Mount Everest. This guy thinks that everything revolves him. This guy's a narcissist.
Yeah, remember when you went on this channel and did an interview remember way back in the day?
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Z, Zetetics Warrior, and Natch, both of them. I went on their show. Awesome. Nice. No problem. All of a sudden, they start attacking me.
And you weren't attacking them, were you?
No. And who was the instigator for the? Oh, was it Dal? The retard Dal. Yeah, because as soon as you become an upward rising earther, you become retarded.
Hello,
Mental.
everyone.
What's up, Janusz? Good to see you, man.
Hey, hi guys, how's it going?
Giannis.
Hey,
How's your day
Giannis.
been?
Quick question.
How's it going, man?
Do you have any knowledge about the recent fires in LA? Some people saying it's from God. I don't think so in this case.
No, they're not from God, they're from men.
Yes.
They're covering
have-
their ass in LA.
I
They're
have
getting
seen
rid of all the
Strange
crap.
wave in the air because people are crazy in a matter of meteorology. Something strange was coming from area 51, like a 3 waves, and then everything burned. So again, blow stuff, it isn't burned because maybe you've seen the videos in which blow roofs, they are not touched by fire because it's direct energy weapon.
Yeah, no, the fire is definitely planned. I mean, even if you look at the governor
not.
was smirking and smugging when
Yeah.
everybody was telling her, look at this, and the fact that they made sure that just before this, a few months ago, that the insurances took
Yes.
fire recompensation off of their plans.
Exactly. Another
And,
thing, no
and
water
all the
retention.
water shortages
Yes.
straight away before that.
Yes.
It's all planned, man.
Yeah.
Gas was not cut out as well.
Yeah. So
Mental
like,
maintenance.
we've had people throw Ephesians 6 against us, like saying we don't wrestle against man.
Yes.
We wrestle against principalities, fallen
But they
angels,
use man.
blah blah blah. Right, but they cannot influence this world without having men that they deceive men, and then men deceive us.
Let's put it this way. I do think like
without involvement of men.
Yeah, but let's put it this way, like TFE. It's a big deception, guys. I do believe it's part of the big deception.
Yeah, I do.
How would it be deception if men didn't make that deception? Obviously, they got principalities and powers behind it.
Right. So
Men are the ones instituting it.
yeah.
Yes.
So hold on a minute. Who went down to Antarctica? Were it fallen angels or men?
It was men.
Yeah, well, men. Yeah, because men will deceive. Even if those men are deceived by fallen angels, right? Men still deceive. Right? It's a perversion of Ephesians to say men don't deceive.
Do you know what's as well interesting about LA? It's planned to be 15-minute cities as well. So they might want to rebuild it as a 15-minute city. Yeah.
Could
And
be.
another thing just came up to my mind, the scripture in King James Bible. It says that the people should listen to government. I was always skeptical about it.
Yeah.
But if you go to the previous versions, it said clearly that you shouldn't listen to government. It's exactly opposite. But then in King James Bible it was changed.
You
because
know what?
King wrote it down.
That's something that a Jehovah's Witness would throw against you. Like,
Mhm.
we have to respect government. We have to do what government says because God tells us that we have to.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's deception, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
Jehovah's Witness Bible was written 1800. So what? They didn't have Bible before? They didn't. It was invented by the man.
Well,
Changed.
if you think about our Constitution, it guarantees us these inalienable rights, and they're going to try to take those next. That's
No,
where they're going.
it's exactly only summarize in a very weak
Yeah.
way the rights which we have got, which we have received from God.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
you
are
guys ready to go on
God-given
with the
rights.
video?
Yeah.
I see King Nico's in the chat as well. I asked if he wants to maybe come
But
in.
like, I'm gonna have to stress this, right? I have to keep stressing it, right? Because you come to understanding Earth's created, right? So you know there's a creator, and then you don't follow that logic down to finding that it's Jesus Christ created this place, just like Bible says, because everything in Bible matches what we see in reality,
Yeah.
right? How do you not follow that? So, right, it's going to come down to Christian flat earthers versus everybody. That's what it's going to come down to.
No, I have seen it. That's why I said it's separating the tares from the wheat. It's as simple as that. Now we are able to see who are the actual truthers and who aren't.
Mhm.
And I've seen the lines drawn quite clearly by people that are trying to be against.
How can you
biblical
claim
Earth.
truth when you don't know Jesus is the truth? How can you claim it? You're falling short on truth. If you don't know Jesus is the truth, he created this place, he created it flat, right? How do you know truth? You're just
Exactly.
messing.
And who was Jesus? He was an anarchist. So who was he fighting? Men in funny hats.
Rome.
Yeah, not exactly Rome. Rome, Pilate, he just asked who they want
Oh,
to
yeah, I got you.
Okay.
save. But there were people bribed in the crowd, and they were screaming for the Barnabas. So yeah.
So we're
Okay, you
looking
guys
at
ready
like
to go?
the scribes, Pharisees. Yeah, yes, sir. We
Yeah,
are.
you guys ready to go on?
Go on.
That is right. There is a new king in town, and he's right here. And I deserve every bit of it because none of you who are chirping your little bird brains off about how fake this is, none of you said a word before any of this happened. I was here with Nachiketa for
Bullshit.
He speaks like a zombie, this guy.
Oh, wait. First of all, the audacity. The king is here. Who the hell does he think he is? Second of all, bullshit.
I never heard about
We've
this guy
been
before, to be
saying
honest.
things how long before this? I called out that Jaren's going to use this as his out for how when it was even presented. It's like crazy. This guy's talking rubbish, man. the king is here. What a joke. Oh wow. Oh man. This
The only
is
thing
funny.
he called Jaren out on was the AE map. It was like that was a couple of years ago. That was it. So he didn't
We
call him
all
out
called
on that.
Jaren out of it.
Yeah.
Heck, we called this out before Z was even a thing on YouTube. This guy also just popped out of nowhere, remember?
But did you notice about the Jaren that before he was providing a lot of good stuff at the very beginning for like maybe 1 year, and later he started like a shifting, and now you can really clearly see who he is.
He
But
started
like you
talking
said,
like
it
Saint Pierre.
seems like they're trying to replace Jaren Witsit. It does seem that way.
Look, there is special agency in the NSA and CIA who is training people who are supposed to infiltrate any movement who is getting too big, and which might expose what they are doing. So what they do, they expose, they provide plenty of good info, of course, inside info. Other people don't have access to it. People verify that, and everyone believes them. And then they are starting shifting. And now, like they're saying, oh, there was 24-hour sun. So you see what they're doing? I think it might be an agent, trained agent.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
I get where you're going.
I think this is planned.
Can I ask you
It's
a
long game, it's not like a 1 or 2 weeks. It's for years. It's going for years.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I believe that you're all truthers and you can all think for yourself. Have we seen any evidence of 24-hour sun?
No.
No, we didn't.
No.
And after my chat with Dave, I am more now convinced that there isn't one.
So my question is, what's with the people that are trying to push it as being real? I don't get it.
That's all they have.
They're
Because they have.
looking at same things I'm looking at, right? Why don't you see that it's fake?
Guys,
Yeah, but that's all they have.
I'll give my take on it, and I'm really honest. I'm really serious about it. Look, we do know that the 24-hour sun, even if it would be there, wouldn't change if Earth is flat or not flat.
No, it doesn't.
So,
Yeah.
but we are still going into this rabbit hole, and we're spending time on it instead of focusing on other things. So that's what they do. They create this kind of stuff, and when we are focused on this on those things instead of focusing on other things, and you see how much time we have spent on it.
Well, look, put it this way.
We have been psyops. We have been
Let's put it
psyops.
this way, Janusz. Why do they need to fake anything if it's true?
Yeah, that's a good point. But
I know.
Could I just
You know
add
the answer,
Flat?
but you know the answer.
Could I just add Flats, right? It's a
You know the answer.
It's a stupid baller for argument to claim that a 24
They are serving
the
their master of lies. So
Yeah.
that is puppets.
All of a sudden, we've got this footage proving a globe, right? It sounds to me like it comes from a globe effort.
Because all they've done, I don't know if you guys paid attention. The only thing that these guys, they're giving Duffy too much credit, thinking he's some weird mastermind. No, the guy's incompetent. All they've done is they've made this and they like declaring that it's so. And anybody that doesn't agree with them are just not truthers. Okay? This is backfiring to them. That's why they want to shut us up. They want to shut everybody up that shows it to be fake because it's backfiring. So they're making more flat earthers than people becoming less flat earthers. That's why they use Jaren. Yeah, that's why I said Jaren's going to use this as the new Golden Globe boy, you can say. He's now the representative. Say, see, this is making flat earth people leave flat earth. No, that's not the case. It's making more flat earthers.
I've noticed another pattern in this. Guys always like to look on the things from a bit of wider perspective. Probably you've noticed that some of them, now all of them, they're speaking about the subs and how many followers they have and so on. So this is correlated strictly to the money, because more views you have, the more money you get. And
True.
what they did, they got money. So here you go.
Yeah, I mean, if I was so inclined, and I'm not, I could pretend to go back to Globe, and all of a sudden my channel would take off probably. Same as all others.
Even me. I mean, I'll make a
That's
lot
not me.
more. Yeah, I can't live on deception. I'm sorry, that's just not who I am. There's no ways I'll be able to do that. The Earth's flat. People just have to accept it.
Can I add something right
Thank
quick?
you. I should say thank you, Sandro, for your £2 super chat. He says flat and stationary don't change. Chane support. Thank you very much, Sandro. You rock. I agree with you 100%. Really appreciate the super chat, man. Yeah,
the globe needs this 24-hour sun to reify their model.
Yes.
That's absolutely the only reason they need it. So
yeah, they've fallen back on it, thinking like, because they were clutching at straws, and they thought, oh, if we can pull this off, we'll finally prove a globe. But no, you don't. Like,
yeah,
never ever will a light in the sky prove curvature on ground you stood on. Just one. Right.
And we're forgetting one in particular person in this scenario. His name's Danny Faulkner, and his whole damn career hinges on this.
Of course it does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of course it does. A lot of careers are in right. It can never come out mainstream because look at how many jobs are going to bin.
Yeah. Well, they'd have to admit they fudged a lot of their stuff, man.
Yeah, Flat Earth could never ever come mainstream, right? Because for one, they have to admit to everybody that NASA lies. Yeah, we've been taking all that money off you American guys for a lie. They also have to just tell everybody that they're lying. Yeah, we've been telling you we're on a globe, but we're not, right? Then they have to go through schools, universities, everything.
Change everything.
You
they
know
have to change everything. All physics, they have to change everything.
It's that crazy that it just can't ever come out, like,
Ex-CIA director said, when people of USA will not know what to believe in, it means we have achieved our goal.
Well, let's put it this way. Do you think the governments won't collapse if this has to come out?
Yeah, they would.
That's it. It's literally the government is held on a tight thread. If all this had to come out, everybody will literally disown every government there is.
Yeah.
There will be
And
chaos.
Yeah, and they would have to actually start governing and doing the things they're supposed to do as a government instead of faking all this stuff and creating.
No, they will have to
conspiracies.
account for their crimes.
That's
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
why I like Mexico, to be honest, because if governor or people from government are pushing people to march, you can find them later with the open head on the street. That's what I do, because
Exactly, David
we're
Banner.
supposed to protect ourselves. If we can't protect ourselves in the peaceful methods, we are justified by God to kill them. So, because it's protection, we can't murder them, but we can kill them. It's justified by God.
Well, I'll
Yeah,
forgive a lot of things, but lying about my cosmos and the creation is something I'm not going to really forgive you for. That's
Okay.
blasphemy, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Not only that though, Roger, for being called a fool. You know,
Yeah.
that's the thing that bothers me. How much grief I've had off people. How many times I've been called a moron and a fool, and blah blah. We all deal with it, right?
For me, it's a
just
minimum 4 or 5
mental.
decades. I'm being called fool, idiot.
Okay.
I'm a fool for Christ, me. That's all I care
Amen.
about.
5 months taking the slings and arrows from you clowns, some of which sat next to Jaren the whole time, smoking bongs and
You
laughing
shouldn't
at
call
us.
me clown.
Now who's laughing?
Guys,
You all look stupid.
you shouldn't really call me clown.
Yeah,
So someone
Yeah.
looking outside.
And if you think I'm going to let you slide, you're
brothers.
wrong.
First of all, I never once sat next to Jaren, blah, blah, blah.
He's
I've been
talking
called
about
Jaren
Saw.
out for
Yeah.
a long time. Yeah, but Sov as well. He was just part of a show.
Yep,
Okay.
he was.
He wasn't buddy with Jaren.
Yeah, but hold on a minute. Let's look at Sov, right? I think Sov were going on with Jaren, and they didn't want to think that Jaren was that, but it's found out that this entire scenario that's gone off down there has proven to Sov that Jaren is a piece of shit, and
Well,
now
remember,
Sov's calling it out, right? That's
yeah, but
honesty.
Sov has called out
Don't
from the
matter
beginning.
but it don't matter whether Sov were going on Jaren shows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sov's
but I
calling
have to
out
point
now.
out. I have to point out, Sov was very open from the beginning. He said it many times.
Yep. he
Read
did.
The Art of War. That's exactly what he's done with Jaren. That's it. He wasn't buddy with him. He was very open about it.
But we can all be pillaged, can't we?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And
True.
Sov might not have wanted to accept what we were all saying. He might not have wanted to, but he's been presented that evidence and he's seen otherwise, and now he's calling it out. So Sov's truthful.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's honest
No
about
matter
it.
what
Look,
people say.
guys, outside of people on this channel and outside of us, flat earthers, Dave Weiss, Man in Funny Hat, who is for the money, Eric Dubai, who is promoting New Age.
Yep.
I like what's his name, Terry Richer from Flat Out Truth. I don't know if you know his channel. He's pretty good guy. Banjo is pretty okay. There's not a lot of real flat earthers, to be honest.
I think, Janos, that they're all pushing New Age. I think all this ether and everything, it's all New Age.
Yeah.
I think
She
they're
said,
one the New Age crew.
Thank you, Jolly Man, for your £2 super chat. He says, "Hey, realist, keep it true, keep it flat." Really appreciate the super chat, Jolly Man. You rock. Thank you very, very much, man. Sorry, go on.
Well, I think personally that Terry Eicher has never pushed ether or anything. He's actually just called what he's seen, and he can demonstrate what he does promote, like his noble gases, the way the sun excites them in the dawn, how the sky is blue because of it. He walks you through truth for the most part. I've never heard Terry Eicher do anything like that. I like him. I've never heard
I
Eddie
think,
Banjo say
you know
it.
what we should actually do, guys? We should actually, on a stage, go through all the channels on all the and we actually go through and see what actually do they push.
Yeah. There's another one. I don't know if you know him. His name is he's using the Murphy 25 or allegedly Dave or Dave Murphy. So I like this one as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he's for Christ. He's for he's exposing as well maritime law a lot. So he's like a kind of from my neck of the woods because he's exposing a lot of things, the vax and so on as well.
Where's your neck of woods? Are you in England, Janis?
Ireland.
Ah,
Dublin.
nice one. I'm in UK.
Oh, yeah. Accent.
Yeah,
is-
yeah. I
is
was
to tell.
Yeah.
Well, boys, think about me. I'm in the canyon over here with Hollywood, so
Yeah, you sound
a
like
different world,
American.
dude.
Yeah. To be
Oh, yeah.
honest, nothing against you guys, but I just prefer American accent because I was always using American accent. I was learning English from films, so I prefer way more American accent than Scottish or English. English is just like a very strange wata.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go on.
Because I'm not going to let you run the narrative for the next 10 years and make us all look like fools again. Hey guys, here's a little secret. There seems to be a celestial antipode. So what? What does that matter? What is wrong with you people? Nachiketa and I have already pointed out that 120 years ago, the Zetetics of the time knew all about that circling sun down there.
What?
Well,
As far as I know, the
that's
Zetetics always used to push like the Gleason's AE map,
Yeah.
yeah,
and that's
man.
not circling sun at Antarctica.
I want to question that. The same Zetetics tell you that you can triangulate the sun and find its height. And same Zetetics claim that sun is like 3,000 between 3,000 and 4,000 miles high. The same
That's what I've heard.
Zetetics. Yeah. So what do we believe? Do we believe that's in a 24-hour sun? Do we believe the sun's 4,000 miles high? Do we believe these Zetetics at all? Are they even real? Or is it AI push bullshit that everybody's just discovered online?
There we go.
From what I know,
What does that look
they,
familiar to you guys?
yeah, like an AE map, doesn't it? Yeah.
That's the statics. That's what the statics do. Okay. What is Z talking about? You see the equator line? That's what it claims the sun was going around.
I see that. The thing is that they took some reports from a couple of expeditions, and some guys said that they were stuck there for a year and they saw the sun in the winter or the summer in Antarctica. That's the only thing I've seen for proof from the Zetetic Society that says there's a 24-hour sun. I don't think Samuel Robotham himself actually even brought that up or even thought about it. And Clark and Cook never said anything about a 24-hour sun in the Antarctic, and
There we
any
go.
of their expeditions. Yeah,
Okay, tell me, what does that match what Z just said?
nope.
Well,
Unless
Not a
that's
good
the
start.
Antarctic.
well,
No.
I've been to Bedford level and spoke to a few people around there while I've been there, and none of them know the story. Do you not find that strange?
Yeah, I think Bev did the same thing too, and he ran into like nothing when he tried to remake it. Yeah, the only people that brought
I
it
just
up.
find
were-
it strange. Like if it was so much of a thing, you'd think people who live around there would know.
True.
Well, I just got to point out then, Z, you just got caught lying. What do you have to say about yourself?
Well, they'll just call us lies instead.
Flat, you can read that's my comment
Yeah.
from the YouTube because it's better with your accent than mine. The biggest lies.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do it, guys. We're gonna.
All right.
Janusz thought of a great thing. We're gonna be making a stream or video
Another
where
one?
we go
Okay.
with, for instance, Witsit, and we put all the lies out. Jaren, all the lies out. Z, all the lies. How's that?
That's going to be a long show, dude.
Wait 1 minute, right? I've got recordings of QE about with Witsit lying.
Oh yeah, tons of those.
You know, like QE and Nathan, they've been and New Flats, that they've been calling Witsit out for years for being a liar.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Imagine
All of a sudden he's not a liar when he goes down to Antarctica. Yeah, bullshit.
guys, imagine how world would be beautiful if you would just humankind knows, humankind would know that the biggest lies are Satan does not exist, Earth is a globe, Big Bang theory of evolution, Vax helps you and not harm you, Vax has no connection with autism. Gov is here to help you.
Hmm.
If people would know it, it would just flip 180 degree.
Yes, it would. Everything would. There was something that all of a sudden the new truther that you see and hear about it's all right to deceive, and I'm pretty sure this
Yeah,
is
I've heard that.
the whole point that Duffy pushed to start with that little sermon. The ends justify the means. That's what they're going with. That's the moral stance, no matter what. So if they can get this new model put out there and everybody's happy and we're all on a giant ball with the local sun, we're all happy now. When nobody's going to argue about any of these points, nobody's going to seek truth and find out where they really are. It's an attack on.
If you guys
flat
ever want to
earth.
read it, if you guys ever want to read the most dumb
Facepalm.
statement comment you can read on screen now.
No,
Oh, yeah,
horizontal is, he's right. Horizontal is convex. Oh no, sorry. Horizontal is triangle.
Horizontal's inside out. Let's see. It's complete inside a circle. That's what a horizontal.
And by the way, I think actually, if it wasn't for this show tonight, we would have reviewed Sean Hawkins debating King Nico last night.
Sean Hawkins did? He debated
Yeah.
King Nico? Oh, hell.
Yeah. So we're going to be
What do
doing
you
that
think?
tomorrow night.
Nice.
Wow.
I have uploaded some good videos on my channel.
I wish I could
what's
have
that?
got through to Nico before he debated him and said, "Don't bother."
No, you're wasting your time, dude.
Sean.
The guy who thinks what were it now? A pound of feathers weighs more than a pound of metal. Like,
A pound of metal weighs more than a pound of feathers.
Well,
Just 'cause
whatever
it's
it
metal.
was, like
No, the other way around. Yeah.
same either way. Like, but I did debate someone that stupid.
Well, remember,
don't.
Sean Hawkins is the same guy that thinks you can carry a bucket of propane around.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, he came on my channel, and when we got down to sea level, and I was explaining to him how all sea levels are level, he ran away. He just disappeared, like poof.
Show him the guy who said air's not gas.
Yeah.
Is it? No, okay. There's no gases in the air or air.
Yeah, I
doesn't
just want to
exist.
say, Jan, I did a video on explaining tides. You can just go on my channel and look it up. I do an actual demonstration. So, yeah.
Constant circling sun. That's what causes tides. Sorry. If that bothers
100
you, and you know, if the circling sun bothers you, see scriptures.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with convection heat or the cooling of it. Either one of the two have nothing to do with how tides move at all. Never.
Yeah,
But
never.
from the white perspective, do you know why people think what they think and they don't want to change their perspective? Because it's related to ego. Because people don't want to admit someone was able to lie to them and cheat them. That's why they will defend their standing point to the ground, to the death.
Janusz,
People should let go. I was wrong so many times when I was very young, so many times, and because of it, I was able to let go and learn different perspectives. I was looking for different sources. That's why I know what I know now, because I was able to let go.
Yeah, but Janusz, right? I've seen flat earthers deny a god at all. I mean, how stupid is that? Like, you know?
Yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah.
I got another point though. Like with science and like with nature, the simpler the explanation, the easier it is to understand. They want to complicate the living crap out of it with all the pseudo crap. Yeah, that's the problem.
There is really not a lot of people on Earth who really knows the biggest lies. They believe majority or some, but not all of it. So
Okay.
they just deceive one another. So
yeah, but like Janusz, right? If you can't see what's going on in the world, right, and you can't see that there's clearly an evil agenda and a good agenda, whether you want to believe in Satan or God, that's up to you. Like, but if you can't see that there's an evil agenda being pushed on the world, I don't know what to say to you. Like, it's like, wow.
yeah, I agree with
under a
you. They just
rock?
lie to themselves. Yeah.
Well, it is part of the times.
Mm.
So, definitely.
We can lie to other people if you are good, but lying to yourself is just next level of stupidity.
And listen, right? I was the man who would laugh at people who believed in Jesus. I was the man who, like, literally accused God of all that bad happened to me. I blame God, right? That was me.
Yeah, guys, PJ's just taking the night off. He's not feeling very well, so we're gonna see. But the thing is, he stays up all night a lot, so it's gonna catch up to him eventually.
Sure
doesn't
is.
Yeah, I
see
was wondering
much.
why he didn't have a show this morning. And that explains it.
Yeah, he's a bit tired. He doesn't feel well because he's always awake.
Yep.
So
Stayed
he
up
needs
all
rest.
the time I met you. But yeah, I was the guy who pointed the finger at God and said, you know, all that bad happened to me, blame God. You know, that were me. And then I met Jesus. I don't know what else to say, like, but I met Jesus and it was like a big slap round the face.
Well,
You said it
after this
happens
year,
to me.
I don't know how else to explain it, like, you know.
From my perspective,
Well,
if it happens bad to me, I think I'm convinced it's God's plan because I will learn a lesson from the event. So that's the plan. Everything has a plan.
I think God's
Okay, let's
molding
clear up.
everybody. Yeah.
And 20 years ago, it's in the foundational literature of our community. Look it up. Zetetic Astronomy, Lady Blount, Albert
Okay, I've
Smith.
got to say quickly. Sorry. Zetetic astronomy or Zetetic, whatever this guy wants to push, is not actually Flat Earth. That's Flat Earth Society. So what's this telling about his roots? Because as far as I know it's the roots of Flat Earth for me is because I observe a stationary enclosed plane. Not because some book that came out 120 years ago where they believed whatever they believed.
Yeah. I guess. So next year, after all this is over with, I'm going to take a vacation and go to Antarctica and live stream a midnight sun. I'm just joking.
I've got a big question about this, right?
Mhm.
Truth is, for 10 years or whatever, you Eric DeBeers, everybody all knew about Zetetic astronomy or astrology, whatever, right? How come nobody's ever coined on that they were a 24-hour sun?
But that's my whole point.
I find
The
that
thing is,
very strange.
but that's the thing. They
Deceptive.
used Zetetic on an AE map to coin that it's at the tropics. Now he's
Yeah.
saying no. They were saying it's
Well,
around.
apparently they went, like this Lady Blunt or whatever. Like, I'd love to see how you can prove that.
Well, I don't think she actually did went, according to the historical account that they took the word of a couple of sailors who got stuck in the ice for a year. That's what they're going by. So
Okay, let's see.
that's
Flat
a
Earth Society.
misquote.
He's literally, guys. He's literally. Oh my word. Zetetic astronomy, Lady Blount and Albert Smith. Those are the two people he just quoted, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Look where it's
Yeah.
placed. The Flat Earth Society.
Oh, wow.
So he's just quoted a citation from Flat Earth Society.
Don't
And they have-
surprise me. It
They have
really
something
don't
to
surprise
gain
me.
by this. I have a feeling they have some stake in it.
Okay,
Flatzoid,
so I'm going to call this out as well. Is he incompetent? Does he think people won't actually look this up?
No, but not only that.
Or does he think everybody's so stupid that they won't look it up?
Yeah, but not only that, is upwards moving Earth flat Earth.
Yes, he's an
society as well.
upwards moving
Yes.
earther.
Yeah? So that's 2 counts against him.
Did I see that right? What the hell is that?
That is electricity and magnetism.
Okay.
Remember, they also push electromagnetic diamagnetism and all this ether and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, Witsit fits right in, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's weird. So doesn't it fit then with Witsit's whole thing? There we go. Whoa. It's the sun, the pole. Okay. This seems very occultish to me, by the way.
Well, they definitely aren't advertising it for sure. So they're definitely hiding things.
So he's pushing Flat Earth Society nonsense, guys.
I can't believe that in 10 years of being in Flat Earth, right, no one's clicked onto Lady Blunt saw a 24-hour midnight sun.
Exactly.
I just can't buy it. Can't buy it.
Mhm.
No.
Well, they knew about it. Obviously, some people did, and they're like this is their ace in the hole. Like, look, we knew about it all along.
Yeah. Oh, no. All of a sudden, Lady Blunt saw a midnight sun just when Jeren and Witsit and McToon and that went
Yeah.
down. And it don't
That's
make
basically
sense.
what I'm saying. Yeah. And Lady Blunt supposedly knew about it before then,
Yeah,
so
don't
now
make sense.
we're all fools. Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun. Yeah.
You stupid flirt. Didn't you ever read these? Yeah, I've read them. I'm even thinking it's been added since.
Well,
So I
Thomas
still don't
Winship
see where
said
she's
that-
saying the sun is circling around Antarctica. The southern constellations, for instance, the midnight sky looking south. There may be later, but above the facts prove these constellations in the south move around the southern point near the small star Sigma-Octantis. That's not saying it's around the south, around Antarctica. Oh my word. Maybe they just misunderstand what she's saying because it's showing this and it's based on this, guys. This is what she's trying to say. Where is it now?
So, Flats, can you see anything from your position in South Africa that would validate any of this stuff?
It's difficult because every location has difference.
Yeah.
Where's it now?
Yeah, the problem is no one can provide an observation all
There.
took at the same time in different places.
Yeah, you see, this is what she's trying to explain, and this is why they're trying to say you get the celestial movements based on the stars, why you see it the way you do, and the sun. Not that it's moving around the South Pole.
And Anthony, jump on stream, mate.
Quite insane. Hey, what's up? Sleeping? I'm gonna send him the link in Skype.
Yeah.
Anthony's good at unpicking this stuff.
Quick question. I've sent some emails to people who left email, wrote to me before. And did anyone go through full email yet?
I hadn't even checked him, Janusz. I've totally forgot about that, mate.
I've only been there once, and I looked at one of them. I haven't had a chance to read through all. You get a lot of stuff on your side.
I'm not a good checker of emails, like. So
Yeah, just go through it. Just read it. It takes you like
I
half
will
an
do.
hour.
I will do. Now you've reminded me.
What's
it
up,
reminds me a
Anthony?
lot of my brother, too.
Yeah, later we can make a discussion. I can expand because it's just basics which I have provided, so I can expand a lot if someone will be interested in kind of topic.
Yeah, we can really talk about a lot of that stuff on here. I know exactly where you're going with.
Is Anthony here?
Oh, we can
Yeah.
use the code words, whatever.
Yeah.
Anthony, are you
How's it
here?
going, man?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Anthony.
Hi, how are
What
you?
was that? What was that point about Lady Blunt that you can't believe that what?
No, the thing is, this idiot Z, first of all, he says, Zetetics, they knew 120 years ago that the sun was circling in Antarctica. Then we go look at Zetetics now, astronomy that doesn't show that. It shows like what they've been pushing with the AE map.
And also, my question, Anthony, is how in 10 years has no one clicked onto this other than that Z?
Yeah. And then anyway, and
He's a
then
pioneer.
he cites Lady Blunt and that other guy, which is literally on Flat Earth Society.
What does Lady Blunt say? I'm not familiar with any of the Flat Earth argument, the Flat Earth Society arguments.
Pushing Witsit's nonsense of the electric universe with
Hold
the
on. Anthony's
magnetic poles.
Anthony's just at a rate point. So is all this just Zetetic astronomy stuff Flat Earth Society?
Yep.
I think so, but I'm not even.
Right.
I don't even know what the argument is. I don't even know.
That
what
might
Lady
be
Blunt
why loads of flat earthers hadn't even looked into it then.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. That's why as soon as they say Zetetic and stuff like that, I'm kind of skeptical because it's fine to get into Flat Earth for that, but it is Flat Earth Society. It's literally Flat Earth Society.
Just to answer Anthony's question, it's dielectrics. It's the ether gets charged with electrics, and that's how it works. Basically, everything's controlled that way.
So Z communicates Lady Blunt's trying to explain the movements based on the electric charge and saying, you see, therefore the sun is going around the
Right.
south. And it's not saying that.
Can I just clarify? So Z's quoting Flat Earth Society, and
Mhm.
he quotes Flat Earth Society because he thinks Earth's moving up. So that's 2 occasions where he's siding with Flat Earth
Flat Earth
Society.
Society, the controlled opposition.
Well, then you
It
can kiss
reminds
my
me of that.
arsehole, Z.
It reminds me of that Bart Sabrell, evidence. You know, the video footage from inside the shuttle where it's showing the little round porthole and the Earth's in the background. And some people push it as one thing, but I remember Nathan saying, like, anybody that ever brings up that, anybody brings up that evidence, it's not about the evidence itself. It's about the fact that Bart Sabrell's got that evidence, and it's almost as if Bart Sabrell's like been planted there to push that argument.
Well, I'll tell you about Bart Sabrell, right? He gave me a copyright strike, so he's a clown.
He's a crap. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but what I mean is, if you say Bart Sabrell and you're going to then start talking about NASA, it seems that he's been planted intentionally so that anybody that ever brings him up, they instantly know that you're a conspiratard.
Yeah,
and it sounds like Lady Blunt may be doing the same thing.
How can you agree with someone who thinks that these things are real when he's calling them out? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, Anthony, we all fake flat earthers and stuff because we call deception out. So
I don't know what to,
There are
for
no
me.
conspiracy theories. There are only conspiracy facts.
You were talking earlier on about the sun, and for me, I'm not sure that the sun's physical. It may be metaphysical, but if the sun is physical, you know how they rearrange the maths all the time, and basically, like they calculate their own worldview into existence, and usually there's a radius in there. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if the sun is physical, that the sun happens to be 3959 miles away, and that number specifically, because obviously that's the radius of the Earth in the sphere. Well, rearrange the formula and you get 3959. I don't even think the sun's physical, but if it is physical, it wouldn't surprise me if that was one number.
Hey, Flash, do you need a new mic stand, man? I'll give you one.
yes, I'm gonna get a mic stand. Don't worry.
You know what? That was more convincing that you were in Antarctica than any of the other footage I've seen recently. Is at least it sounded like it was wind.
All those questions, guys, we can be only answered in one circumstance. Only one, no other. We have to be free. If we are not, we will have always questions, and we never know the real truth. So unless we get free, we can just dream about the real knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, let's listen to more what he says.
It's right in the preface. They address it. The argument has not changed. Regardless of the optics of the sky, standing bodies of water lie level always. Plain and simple.
Yeah, he's right there. That is the main argument.
You guys are clowns.
These bluffs. I saw. Do you know what's weird? I've started getting recommended channels that are Simon Dan and FTFE and stuff like that, and that's ever since I unsubscribed from certain people, and now it's like it seems that by unsubscribing from certain people, they're now pushing specific channels to me that are not of that genre. It's bizarre. I'm getting Simon Dan videos being presented to me. It's mad.
Yeah, I have as well. I've been getting them, but I've also been getting loads of videos from Antarctica.
Oh yeah, I get a lot of Antarctic stuff, but that's usually because people are looking into Antarctica now, so it's picking up on the algorithm that you're searching Antarctica. So now it's going to push that to you.
Yes, I have,
Dude, I've been getting real pictures from Antarctica, archive pictures of people down there and stuff. It's not really about.
Yeah, and you know what? Isn't it always cloudy and always dull and boring and like winter looking, even when no matter what time of the year it is? Never bright, clean blue skies.
Yep.
Not like that. No, definitely.
You would think that if you were to find 100 videos or 100 pictures, you're going to get one or two that are blue skies, but I've not found any.
I had a question, and it might just be me being stupid, right? But
remember, there are no stupid questions.
Yeah, is the reason that they've not provided an elevation angle and a timestamp so we can't find Sun's GP while they're down?
Makes it more difficult. Yep.
Yeah.
But this is why I find it very skeptical still with Jaren using the compass upside down.
Well, that's retarded. Like,
how else? Remember, Dave McKeegan's excuse for that was Dave McKeegan's excuse for that was, well, we use GPS to figure out it's southeast. You didn't even need to do that. You just hopped into Google Earth, you say, oh, there's the mountain, it's south of you.
I mean, anybody who gets a compass wrong way around must be retarded, surely.
No, that he did it on purpose, and that's why it's still, they could be at somewhere else that they didn't claim, that they claimed to be. They could be somewhere else.
Well,
They can't prove that they were actually there.
These are all reasons why we're calling it out, and then we've got knobhead like Zed telling us we're stupid for calling us that. Do you understand, Zed, that Jaren had the compass upside down? How do you answer that, mate?
Who is that?
Look, it's very easy to affect compass. You just put the
Who
magnet
is it?
on the other
Let
side
me
of
tell
the
you who
frame.
Zed is.
People won't see
Let me
it,
tell
and
you
it's
who Zed is,
affected
guys.
already.
Let me tell you who Zed is. He's the new king.
Yes, he is.
King of the
Move
bongo.
over. You
It's
guys
weird,
are
right?
embarrassing flat Earth.
It's weird because when you get the likes of like Mr. Sensible that appears out of absolutely nowhere and starts producing videos, and you think like he's the latest idiot, the latest cook off the production line, I'm beginning to get that feeling about this Z guy because I've not seen Zen before.
Well, let's
Look,
put it this way.
the problem is,
It was-
yeah, go on.
It was
go on.
about a year ago. Z also, it was like, I think it was like 800 subscribers at the time. Invited me to come talk on his channel. Fine, all nice, handy dan, talk to him. Now Chiquita as well. Nice. All of a sudden, when they got involved with Dow, they literally just started insulting us and attacking us.
Blocking people.
Blocking people.
Wow.
Anybody that's associated with me is the biggest scum of the earth. Stuff like that. It's like, what's wrong with these people? Now, what you're seeing is the Z and the Chiquita are trying to take Witsit and Jaren's place. That's what they're trying to attempt to do now.
Yeah, when you went on that show with Zed, we all went with you, and that was one of the strangest intros I've ever been onto a show. You remember how that started?
Very mystical.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't even want to go over to Zed to watch Flatzoid because I thought there was something weird about it. Just how he talks, man. Weird.
Look, from the wider perspective, those kind of people, they're a big problem. Why? On the first look, they look like guys who are flat earthers, and they provide a lot of important info and facts, but they're mixing that with the lies. So normal common Joe, when he's looking for the info, will find something which is easily debunked, which they are using, and then, oh, this guy is liar. And then he looks on the other guy, the same, another guy, the same. Oh, flat earth is a bullshit. That's how it goes. So these guys, they look like freaking agents.
Yeah, but
They muddy the water.
Yeah, but how can we take anybody seriously that thinks Earth's moving upwards? How do you take that seriously?
You can't.
Obviously, they do. They take it seriously.
Yeah, I
was
know
talking
they
to
do.
him
Like,
yesterday.
but how does anyone else take it seriously?
I can't.
I can. It's
Yeah, me
stupid.
neither.
It's moving because it's moving.
Anthony, what's your thoughts on that?
I've never been able to take Del seriously ever. He's far too aggressive. He's purely about anger. It's not about science. He's just about, well, there was something specific about Del. He started upward rising Earth. That's what it was.
Yeah.
The
I
guy's
want
a
to point
moron.
out something quickly.
Yeah, but what is your thoughts on that, Anthony? Upwards rising Earth, like as a flat earther, what's your thoughts on it?
Is the argument that it's a flat plane moving up, or is it a ball moving up?
I just want to point out to you guys quickly.
You tell
Enclosed
me.
plane. Yeah.
It's almost like that pizza Earth in space. You know, with icicles hanging off bottom in it because it's flying up.
It's
That
retarded.
kind of thing. Yeah, it is retarded.
But I just want to point out something, guys. This is like 2001 when they did the solar eclipse. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this.
at Union Glacier. This is like where Jaren and them were all. Can you look at the sky and tell me if it looks the same as? Look at the different shades of blue.
It looks different. Shadows look different.
Everything looks
Yeah.
different. Even the mountains look more crisp.
Yeah. It looks clean, like a clean footage, and the shadows are moving normal too. If you watch.
Their shadows are literally blue.
Look at the way just pan across it again like you were just doing with this scroll bar. Look at the way that the Terminator line that they would call it. Go the other way. Look how it changes the way the sky behaves.
Yeah.
I don't know what's causing that, but the point is that we don't see anything like that at all on the thing.
No, nothing. This what I'm trying to point out. This looks so different to what Jaren and them presented to us.
Yep.
Same location. Sky looks different. Mountain looks a bit different. Everything looks different. I don't understand it. Why?
They weren't trying to convince people of something, were they?
So
I think that last video was the eclipse, wasn't it? That solar eclipse.
Yeah, that was the
down
eclipse.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then you would expect. I've seen loads of Antarctica videos where the sky changes. Not Antarctica, North Pole ones. The sky changes how dark the blue is, and it looks like
But
really
even
dark
at
blue.
McMurdo, even if you go watch McMurdo's footage or anything, other troll station, the Antarctic stations, when the sun is moving across the sky, it still changes the shades of the sky.
Yeah.
And Dave McKeegan's excuse to me was he doesn't know what stayed blue.
Right. So we've had footage from McMurdo that we've been proven fake. Yeah. But then we've also got Nathan interviewed someone who worked down there, said they didn't see a 24-hour sun.
Yeah, the
Jesus
farmer.
Feet Computer Geek says he don't see a 24-hour sun. And I've got a video, if anybody wants to watch it, where a guy says sun sets. So, like, if sun sets in McMurdo, what's the difference to Union Glacier?
Nothing. And actually, the producer was down there. Said it actually mentions the sunset halfway through the interview.
Yeah.
The guy who went down and filmed us.
I'm going to get to where Witsit comes on, or Z. And then you're going to look at the whole difference, how Witsit acts with Z and them compared to how he talked to us.
That's the position that he's going to try to take.
It's a quite
don't know.
convenient position and also very snaky and
Have
slimy.
you gone
if you
too
ask
far
me.
past?
Not Chiquetta. Some in the audience are wondering if Witsit is doing a proverbial.
What's now?
Have you gone too far past?
No. This is when
No,
Witsit's going to start.
I know, but we were
This is-
talking. They were talking to Z before they were talking to Natch.
Yeah. It's here. This is where it gets on. Where Witsit just comes on. Okay, it's going to start here.
And can I point out, right?
That's all right, man.
It looks like he's off his head.
Oh, yeah. But guys, I want to point out something. Look at the difference how Witsit is talking to these guys compared to how he talked to us, okay? Just watch. And notice that all these guys are doing the whole time. It kind of seems fake, but insulting.
Well, anyway, again, welcome back to the show. I don't know how much you've followed my content and not Chiquetta's content prior to this point, but I'm just going to give you
that much. I was
Right.
going to say not all that much,
right.
because I just don't have time, right, to listen to a lot.
Fair
of
enough. Fair enough. The reality is, Nachiketa and I were one of the very, very few people that called this thing from the beginning, from the very beginning,
No,
from top to bottom.
that's
okay?
a lie.
So just
That's a lie.
Yep.
We were calling it. Nathan were calling it. QE were calling it.
Heck, I even had a debate with Duffy about it to say it's out.
Sov were calling it. I mean, no, that's a lie.
Why does he think Duffy wanted to debate me about it anyway? Because I was calling it out.
It's a political campaign. They're coming after us.
So yeah, it's weird.
Oh yeah.
just know that when you get in here, we knew what the observation was going to be based on evidence. Okay, celestial observation, SunCalc data. The original Zetetics 120 years ago wrote about the Antarctic sun from an 1895 expedition that was done. It was reported by.
It just so happens that he's claiming that Zetetics is named by chance. You know?
Strange that.
just want to see if I can find something on it quickly.
On a set observation that he's talking about. Yeah.
Can I just comment? Angela Baby Carson, no one's attacking you. Like, it just seems that you are defending liars. And if you do that, then people are going to have something to say. You know, can't tell that.
I'm back on Zetetic now. I don't see anything. I don't see anything about the sun being in Antarctica.
Over midnight. Yeah.
I must be. I don't know. He also said it's in the.
It's Winship, I think, not Winship, but Blunt and Andrew, I think. He said it was in there. Documents. 18 something.
I'm in it. I'm looking through the book now. This is the one that came out. Earth Not a Globe.
Yeah.
That book, written by Parallax, Samuel L. Robotham. Let's see. Section 1. Okay, section 2 is the Earth, no axial rotational motion, the true distance to the sun and stars. Section 3, okay.
Has anyone got a real copy of this book?
Not me, I don't.
Yes, you'll be surprised. There's quite a few.
Is there any about Lady Blunt that that's who he's definitely referencing, not this?
Check, good. The sun moves in the circle over the Earth, concentric with the North Pole. Okay, let's see that.
Okay.
So this is a matter of absolute certainty proved by what is called a technical language, the northern and southern declination, which is simply saying that the sun's path is nearest to the North Pole in summer and the furthest away from it in winter. This difference is position gives rise to the difference of altitude and observed at various periods of the year, and which is shown to following table given illustrated London Almanac for 1848 by Mr. Gracia, the Royal Observatory, Greenwich. Okay, yeah, these are the declinations, but none of them show 80th parallel. The 62 parallel is that's the altitude.
70 odd in it.
Okay, let's go back here. That's the furthest it goes.
I'm looking for Lady Blunt right now. See if I can find anything.
According to Zetetics.
Yeah. So the following diagram represents the sun's daily path on December the 21st. So this is when it's equinox, is it not?
I always thought it was Zetetics that pushed AIM out. Like.
They do.
Yeah.
Weird.
The Gleason's AIM. That's what the Zetetics push. The same June, North Pole, Sun E, Britain, Arctic Circle. 1, 2, 3, Arctic Circle.
Who is Lady Blunt? Because it sounds like Lady Blunt is a pseudonym rather than an actual name, obviously.
Lady Blunt was one of the, like Parallax.
Sounds like a pop star.
Lady Blunt was one of the Flat Earth Society.
That sounds like
her right now.
Sounds like Eratosthenes and all these these other fictional characters that may not actually exist.
Make sure.
How do we prove any of these guys existed? How do we prove that? Even Parallax, how do we prove he existed?
Who's Parallax?
That's Samuel.
After Rowbotham's death. Wait. So this is after
Rowbotham.
After Rowbotham's death, Lady Elizabeth Blount established the Universal Zetetic Society in 1893, whose objective was propagation of knowledge related to natural cosmogony in confirmation of the Holy Scriptures based on practical scientific investigation.
Cool.
I wonder what science she presented then. Scientific investigation.
No, so what? 1 minute, Lady Blunt denies what Bible says.
No, supporting the Bible apparently.
Well,
but then why is Z pushing? Because Z doesn't believe the Bible.
She can't do it. She can't do it if Z's claiming she's against the circling sun, then she can't be back in Bible.
Hey, I got a picture. I want to look at it. It's Zetetic Astronomy by Lady Blunt. Here, I'll share it with you. It's not very lengthy. You can read through it, but I don't see anything about the sun in the south mentioned here. But
she became president of the Universal Society. So she became Flat Earth Society president, guys.
Okay. That makes sense.
In when was it? 1884.
Right. So if she backs Bible, though, Bible says
she?
a circling sun, does it not?
Yes, it does. There's a circuit. Yeah.
Yeah. Bible says it does a circuit. So Zed says it doesn't.
Yeah, but Zed is saying that she is Zed is saying that she is saying it's around that she's explaining the sun around Antarctica. That's not what we're reading there. So I don't know where he gets that information from. What's this? Tell no lies.
There's
Roger,
a part in here. Say again.
you sharing?
Yeah, I am. If you want to look at it, there's a paper about the sun in the southern and below Antarctica. I mean, Australia. It looks like the southern Zetetics. There's the sea, horizon, stationary. Hold on, let's read through it right quick. I don't see any mention of a midnight sun so far in this paper.
The sun's position south. There we go. It should be done there. Down. Chapter 2. Chapter 2. Down.
Okay.
There we go. Already we have given evidence of the subject and evidence from Zetetics which should appeal to Zetetics. Let the Zetetics weigh that the evidence carefully for all, prepare them for which follows. But we have further evidence from honest and skillful opponents. Every fact should be acknowledged and therefore fit in for friend, foe, reference, and fact, blah, blah. It was because I found my recent visit to England that some of my friends denied the existence of a southern centre that I had the photos taken for their benefit. The same circumpolar stars visible from my house I have seen from Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, and Cape Town. Looking north of stars rise in the east to the right and set in the west. Okay, nothing odd with that.
Okay.
Go down more.
Okay.
I still don't see where she's saying the sun is. There we go. Okay, down.
All right, I got you.
The sun's motion south. The southern constellation, for instance, the midnight sky looking south. Okay, later is better. Now the above facts prove that these constellations move around the southern point near one star signal alternatives. We're currently informed that they appear to move around this point. So Zetetics and repeating. Believe that they move not to the Earth, okay? The fact that they so revolve proves further the fact that the ethereal currents which carry them around, they believe ether, obviously, are similar to those which exist in the North. There are therefore two sets of such currents instead of one, as formerly supposed. But with this anon, we shall proceed to give diagram illustrating these facts. Okay, go down. In the former diagram, we trace the sun's spiral motion from the Tropic of Cancer to what is popularly known as the equator. It must be remembered, however, that the equator is only an imaginary line generally given as a circle which is supposed to represent the sun's path at the equinoxes. Let us therefore start our diagram so that the sun is said to be on or above the equator. Say that in diagram 2 later on that way connect with this diagram 2, the sun still goes on with its spiral motion, not from L to M, and is properly supposed by the L and N on the inner curve about 23 minutes to the south. Then as the sun declination south still increases, it is the sun goes further south and therefore nearer to the southern center. Its spiral movement carries it round that point until it arrives at R on the inner circle and is technically called the Tropic of Capricorn. The Tropic of Capricorn is not Antarctica.
Nope.
So what the hell is this guy talking about saying? Okay, wait, there we go. Greenwich time is described as the circle, direction indicated by arrows. This circle is similar to the one in the north. It only circles the sun, describes all the resolutions near. No.
Flats.
Yeah.
Can I have a wrench request?
Yeah. Who's it?
Sogs.
Sogs, yeah, I'll give Sogs one.
Thank you. And Don't abuse it, Sogs. You're on my back.
Oh, there we go.
I haven't seen anything yet. We're in.
Hang on. Can I ask a silly
Sogs
question?
is sound like, yeah, from what I gather.
Can I ask a silly question? You're gonna have to humour me a minute, but the Antarctica sun, in the summer, we would expect there to be a 360-degree sun. Isn't it meant to be in the winter when we would expect there to be no
It will
360-degree
be
sun?
winter by you guys in the north.
No, in winter you don't. It's dark all night, according to what I understand.
Is it me, or has Duffy got this the wrong way around? Because if you were testing for a 24-hour sun, they would expect to see a 24-hour sun because it's their summer and the sun's always around the Tropic of Capricorn, right?
Well,
What they're saying in the south, we in summer at the moment.
Yeah, but what they're saying, Anthony, is when they're in Antarctica, they're looking south and they're seeing the sun, which means it can't be circling on tropic.
Hang on, if I were a ball earther and I was planning on doing an Antarctica trip to prove that the Earth were a sphere, wouldn't I be planning on doing that in their winter to prove that there's a 24-hour sun in their winter? Because that's when the sun would only ever be around the North Pole, Tropic of Cancer. Have I got that back to front? Am I having a senior moment or what?
I think you are. There's a mention of a midnight sun in both in north and south, which appear in Earth volume I. And they got a reference for it here. The midnight sun was seen in the south was reported by the late Antarctic expedition. It was found to be reported that the sailors that played cards on the deck of a full sunlight at midnight at Christmas time. See the reports, various newspaper afterwards, and see also Windsor Magazine, May 1900, which the photograph was presumably given of it, the midnight sun taken from a ship in how do you pronounce that? I have no idea how to pronounce that properly. And Christmas 1898. This is what he's quoting.
Christmas 1998. Christmas 1998. I was drunk.
Yeah, 1900, dude.
I know I'm only pilking, Roger.
Yeah, I know. I want to see the evidence for this. That's what I want to see. If you're going to investigate something,
yeah, but
investigate.
That's why I said, has anybody got their book of a physical copy of this? Because this to me is just writing on internet.
ODD has it.
Yeah, he's a pedophile or something. Like, I'm going to trust him.
Well, you asked who's got it. I told you.
I know, like.
I heard he's up on drug charges too, but that's just rumor.
Yeah, I can't.
Can I ask everybody to chill out on Angela? Yeah, she might be chilling for
guys.
upwards Earth, like, but she's all right, like, so don't.
She's homeless, guys.
Yeah,
really.
don't be too harsh on her. Like. She's wrong. I'm not going to deny that. Angela's totally wrong, but don't pick on her.
Okay, let's carry on with the.
Let me stop. I'll stop sharing this.
Yeah, there we go.
Albert Smith and Lady Blount in 1902. In the preface to their book, Zetetic Astronomy, they acknowledged the 24-hour sun and basically laid out
This says it's in preface 904 book, but I don't know. We just.
Preface is before you even get to the book.
Yeah.
And it's usually titled preface.
Yeah, I want to see their evidence for this. I want to see. It's like, just trust me, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, because we've got evidence from his lordship Flatzoid, who says that there was no Antarctica sun, right? But that's equally as valid.
Hey, Lord. For Flatzoid. It's a new kind of truther that doesn't investigate things. Just take your word for it without investigation.
I'm just quickly seeing if I can get it up. Zetetic astronomy. Wow. Completely revised version of the original 1904. The hypothesis of a universal force called gravitation is based upon what was indeed invented with a new support, another hypothesis. So it's a way to try and replace gravity.
Yeah, it's not an
I don't see it talking about the sun.
Got it. Pseudoscience.
Actual PDF up.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to find if I can get the PDF. There we go.
Don't look
Okay.
we don't look into anything. That's why we don't investigate. We just take.
No, we never.
No.
We just trust all flat earthers because they say so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's the preface.
Okay.
It was the late Richard Proctor who defined astronomy. Oh, wow. Okay.
We're getting ads.
Now I have to literally pay for it, just so I can read the preface. Maybe I can just take a screenshot quickly before it does that. Screenshot. Ha.
Ah,
Ha 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 ha. Okay.
take that.
Okay. Now we can just zoom it in as well. Just want to paste this because I don't want to show you guys my what's the name yet. My equation I'm working on.
Nice.
Okay. Preface. It was the late Richard Proctor who defined astronomy as the science whose facts are based upon reasoning. That's not science. That's pseudoscience.
Yeah.
Inasmuch as the great temptation of all scientists is to conclude their reasonings before they have obtained all their data, the result is that their facts are based on insufficient evidence. Our object in the following chapters is to examine these reasonings and to show that their conclusions are false and their facts non-existent. While as zetetics, we are not called upon to explain phenomena or construct hypothetical astronomical systems, it is our duty to show how far popular hypotheses fail, because the popular theory is made the basis of attacks upon the cosmogony of the Bible. We submit the following chapters to our fellow Zetetics as an honest attempt to explain the celestial phenomena, especially in the South, which have not yet been explained in Zetetic lines. But while admitting known facts connected with celestial phenomena, we cannot see that the single fact is the direction is tended to throw away discredit, or the basal fact that the surface of all standing water is level or horizontal, thus undeniably prove that the earth and sea together is not a globe nor luminous star in the heavens. The scriptural order of the creation is set forth as the second of 10 commandments. I don't see where in the preface it's showing. Can you guys?
I can't really see it that good from here.
I think we've got a modern day Zetetic.
Yeah, but I don't see in the preface where it's talking about.
The Midnight Sun.
Yep.
Nope. Sorry. I got to call out Zetetic and say, dude, you're talking bullshit.
I'll come and show us where it says it.
Yeah, well, come and show us. But I also got to point out, Zetetic, they were for the Bible. You are against the Bible.
Mm.
Hypocrite much?
That's what it's an attack on, mate. It's an attack on God. All this TFE, people defending it, it's all an attack on God. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know. We know.
Yep. Okay.
The same argument that many of us are laying out, that there's nothing that the optics of the sky can do to invalidate the objective fact that standing bodies of water lie level always. This is the argument.
Right.
Turns out
That
also
is the same preface you just read. But that didn't mention the midnight sun in Antarctica. So this is what they do.
Look at Witsit,
truth.
right? Look at I would right. If Witsit is this so absolutely massive, like I know everything flat earth, right? He'd have read this and look at Witsit's face.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Witsit's like, I've not read that.
Yeah, but not just that. The thing is, he just told us what was in the preface, which we just read. Yes. But he did say that it was talking about the Arctic sun as well. It said nothing about the Arctic sun.
Yeah. But
so he gave a half truth. He said some parts that were in there, which is truth, but the part that he's hanging on about is not in there.
Yeah, but that's my point, Flats, right? In 10 years of being flat earthers, I've never known anybody else bring this up. You know what I mean? It's like that is alarm bells for me.
It's definitely sketchy.
It's
I
very
wanna-
sketchy, Roger. It's very sketchy. All of a sudden, we've known for over 100 years that there's a 24-hour sun. That don't fit what I'm seeing.
No. Okay.
The argument hasn't changed 120 years. My question is, why are we still having this argument? Why was the flat earth community supposedly at large unaware of the knowledge of the 24-hour sun when I know for a fact
Because it's not there. You made it up.
And they're making another one. TFE. The final experiment.
that information lending itself to that fact was presented to many of the flat earth leaders, I call them gatekeepers, as early as 2017. Evidence of the celestial
And who he is
the
this
sun
the
angles on
gatekeeper
the
as well.
equinox.
Oh god.
I think this guy should lay off the weed a bit, and start thinking straight. Might help.
I've got to say
Cheers.
again, right?
It's really very rich, you know. The gatekeeper is fucking speaking about the gatekeepers. It's just so rich.
I've got to say something, Flats, because there's like, although I agree with everybody that's doing it, right? You're all picking on one woman, Angela. Like, it's not fair.
Yeah, guys.
It really ain't fair. Like, she's wrong. We all know she's wrong. Leave her alone, please. She's on her own, and there's like multiple people attacking her. I can't stand behind that as a Christian. I'm sorry, can't.
Okay,
Yeah,
no,
that's not right.
because I know Vicnoid's been in here a few times, but yeah, Vicnoid's I can't find her blocked, but she seems to not be able to comment. It could be a YouTube thing again. But yeah. Okay, let's carry on.
And on the solstices, particularly the southern solstice in December, this information contraindicated the simplistic version of the circling sun between the tropics. Now, we can include things like perspective. I was the one who told Jaren from the get that the sun is apparent.
What a joke. No, Z, we've actually spoke about this before you were even in the whole YouTube scene of Flat Earth, man. Anthony, what year did we start talking about the parent sun?
I'm
Way
gonna
before
go back
Z was
to 2016 on that one.
Yeah, way before Z was even a thing. Everybody's been saying the sun is apparent. What a joke.
I can claim it's all else.
What a joke. I just want to see something quickly.
Alan's had his channel.
That's what I want to see. 2015. Okay? But let's go to 2015 where he made his videos. Okay.
He's going
2 years
he's
ago was
going
his
after-
first video. Wait, 2 years
3
ago.
years ago.
Yeah, let's see when his first live was.
We've got a Barry
What a
bullshitter here, like I'm telling you now.
Big bullshitter.
Barry bullshit.
Yeah, Z, you want to come and say you want to threaten us? Yeah, the only threatening you're doing is showing yourself out as a deceiver, man. He's what you call a bullshitter.
Yep.
Okay, come on.
What are you looking for in particular, Les?
I want to see when his first live stream was, because his first video only came out 2 years ago. And you would have to be saying the sun is apparent for at least 10 years now.
Yeah, FED's been saying that since
Yeah.
2000.
From like the first shows.
That's where I got it from. So I know for a fact that's where it's come from.
And they were calling out the Globies for a holographic.
It didn't come from your Gerrans and your Globebusters, that's for sure.
They actually wanted to argue against it.
Flats, is it fair to say most of the good arguments come from QE and Nathan, isn't it? That's fair.
Yes.
To say.
I said it's fair.
In fact, I think all of the good arguments come from QE and Nathan. There are no good arguments from Jaren.
No,
Witsit.
I'm sorry to exclude you from that, Anthony, because like
Let's just say FED.
you've
say
been involved with that. And
Yeah, that'll work better.
I don't think we should say FED. I think we should say the actual point, and then not ascribe it to anybody, because the point you can't beat. If you say, oh, it's FED, then they're just. I mean, I've heard the Americans and I say that loosely because I know that it's a stereotype, but it is true. The Americans always say things like, that's the British thing, that's an Oakley thing, that's an FED thing, and they use that as the excuse to get rid of it.
It's true, though, Anthony.
It is true.
Anthony, don't want me in that group. Don't do it. I've been on FED forever.
I know it's a stereotype, and I don't mean it, but I've literally been told it. That's what a lot of them say.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, Anthony. Right? I used to be in awe of you. You know, I used to be like, I used to tell my mum, watch this guy Sleeping Warriors is rare funny as ace, like, you know, when you were talking to them students when you got your suit on and that.
Yeah.
Me and my mum watched that, and my mum were like, "This guy's ace," like, and I'm like, "Yeah, I know that's Sleeping Warrior," like, you know. I used to be in awe of you, like, mate. So don't. You know,
there's an equal and opposite argument for every point that's made.
Why don't I just do the filter? Oldest. There we go. Why don't I just click oldest? Going through all these things. 2 years ago. So his first stream was 2 years ago. His first videos was 2 years ago.
I don't see any lives yet. Do you, Les?
No, but 2 years ago is his first video. 2 years ago is his first live. But he said he's the guy that said the sun's apparent.
So 1 minute, right, is a babby in Flat Earth.
Yeah, he's a baby, man.
Yeah, he's a babby.
He's nowhere. This guy.
I remember.
You're going to come and tell us that. Get in here now. Come on, get in this chat. Come on.
I remember when I first came to the topic, and I looked up to the likes of Bob Nodell and Jaren. And when I heard people that were critical of them in any way, I was like, why are you being so critical of these guys? And obviously, it's my own ignorance. I didn't understand. But as you grow into the topic and you start seeing a couple of cracks here and a couple of cracks there, and you give them the benefit of the doubt because you still don't really know. Yeah. One day there's a massive argument that you realize that they're blatantly lying about, and then it's getting. And for me,
I just want to say I did get a super chat. I didn't see it. Sorry, Stoops the cat for $2. He says, "Don't trust King Nico. He's working with Duffy." Sorry, I didn't see your super chat, man. I appreciate it. I don't agree with that, unfortunately. I haven't seen anything not trustworthy from King Nico yet, so I hold my reservations for that.
I've seen a lot of people having a go at King Nico for being gay. His
Which
voice
is also not
sounds
true.
gay, right? His voice sounds gay, but he preaches
Doesn't make him gay.
scripture and he preaches Christ, right? You can't be gay and preach Christ. I'm sorry,
Exactly.
you can't.
So yeah, with all respect, I don't agree with that super chat. But thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate it. And then I want to say 231 people watching, but only 90 likes. What's going on? The math doesn't add up. Let's at least get to 150 likes, please, people. I'm sure you can do it. If you haven't hit the likes yet, just do it. It really, really does help the channel. You guys will. Okay.
Anthony, I'm still laughing at me and you talking the other night, and I said, you're playing computer games, and you went, oh, do you know?
Right now, literally right now.
I'm still howling about it. Like,
Are you playing Call of Duty, Anthony? No.
I was going to say thank you, Jeff.
So I'll tell you why I said that, Anthony, right? Because you used to go on FED talking about playing computer games and that. So I was just having a stab in that, like, but you went, how do you know?
I was going to say thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff, for your $2. He says, I have awesome arguments. Yes, you do, Jeff. You rock. Really appreciate all the support, man. You are awesome. Thank you very much. Sorry, go on, guys.
I think they're done.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, I think they're all.
I made the argument to him. He fought me tooth and nail on it. Obviously, I was proven correctly. And in reality, mainstream science admits the sun is apparent, even on the globe model. That's why we use a mean sun and what's called civil time to calculate time worldwide. The apparent sun is.
Yeah.
Witsit did not even give us a. I couldn't even ask him a question.
I know, he wouldn't let us talk. He wouldn't let me, the host of my own show, let me talk. That I had to literally mute him every time I wanted to say something.
And now he just sat there taking it like he's getting slapped right in the face of his head. Like, nah, I'm not buying
But look what I'm saying, okay? Look at the whole demeanor. It's just relaxed. It hasn't interrupted him once, blah, blah, blah. Hasn't called him out for nothing. Just sitting there.
Hasn't done his usual rhetoric. You're talking of him. You're talking over me. You're interrupting me. You know.
Yep.
He does it only with us and Nathan, so that seems like
rhetoric there.
Yeah.
But that's why I say these guys are working together. It seems very scripted, like they're trying to make as if there's beef, but there's no beef.
Yeah, I agree.
Look how fake this is.
Is admitted on any model because the celestial bodies cannot be triangulated no matter what. These are the facts. These were presented to Jaron from 2017 forward. He vilified anybody presenting that information. There were smear campaigns against them, and it was suppressed. Now, I can only conjecture on the reason. These are the facts as I see them. So, this idea that all flat earthers adhered to the simplistic circling sun model over the AE map, disregarding perspective.
1 minute. They're the facts as he sees them, right? He's not been around here. How long is his channel? 3 years. You've not been around long enough to be calling Jaron.
His channel was created in 2015, but his content only started 2 years ago.
No, I'm not buying it.
So what was on his channel before that? That's my question. Was he just mirroring everybody else's stuff? Is that what he did?
I mean, even with me, my YouTube, I only started 2019 YouTube, but I was on Facebook for 2 years before that.
Right. So one question: when were Behind the Curve?
2017, I think.
Right. So you should have been calling Jenna from that point on. Right. So if you weren't, what can I say?
Well, even Stephen Hawkins was doing hit pieces against us then, and he was lying about stuff that he was filming with his helicopters and stuff. Even Jaron pointed that out.
Well, don't you find that a bit sus, though, if he says he's been talking with Jaron this whole time, and nobody knows who this guy was? Don't you guys find that a bit sus?
Right.
Yeah,
so
tad bit.
I didn't set up a YouTube channel till 2018, but I were on YouTube from 2016, and previous to that, I were on Facebook.
Yeah, I left Facebook for
I left it when I met Sean Hawkins. Before I'd even got a YouTube channel, right? I met Sean Hawkins on Facebook, and I was arguing with him, and all of a sudden he gave me this link, and I clicked on it, and it took me to YouTube, and I've got this stupid, crazy-looking hairy guy going, Michael God, I'll fucking be you, I'll do this, I'll do that. And I'm like, who's this unhinged character?
Yeah.
That'd be Mr. Hawkins. Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Hawkins is a funny guy.
Yeah, I was on
disregarding
Facebook
optics
with,
is
Bob, the science guy back then, like in 2015, 2012 or so, I think, around there. And I was just going in this chats and talking to the people in there and pointing out Bob's mistakes. It was a normal thing, dude, but he got tired of me and I got tired of doing it. So I got on the YouTube and I found Nathan Oakley after that around 2016 and started listening to his stuff. Like, yeah, and it made sense. It's basic.
Yeah, I mean, I found Nathan Oakley when he was still in his first 500 videos.
You were on panel, weren't you? Flats, you were on panel. You were on.
Yeah, I was on the panel before. I think it was
that's how I found you, and then I started commenting on your videos, and that's how I got to know you.
Mm-hmm.
Then I found QE and his scientific approach.
I can still remember the days when we were still arguing with Brenda about how many horizons there are. And Shui's a phenomena. And when we still had Red Bull philosophy, while we were still talking about his lighthouse and how they changed Picard's page while we were showing it live.
Funny.
That was like the days.
Yeah. A lot of people aren't privy to all this stuff, though, Flats. You know what I mean?
And those days we were still calling Jaren out, guys.
Yep.
We're still making fun of Jaren and Witsit and saying they are really idiots.
Yep.
He's
I don't know,
completely
was Witsit around there when... No, Witsit was
No,
not
I
there.
don't remember him. No, he wasn't.
No,
there.
he wasn't there yet. Not with Red Bull Philosophy. Witsit came later.
That's what I love though about Nathan, QE, you Flats, right? You've all been banging the same drum for years. And I can testify to that because I've been watching it for years. You know what I mean?
But it's I find it ironically insane that this guy is making the claims that he says this, he says that, he says this.
No.
The guy's a joke.
fallacious, yet Jaren stuck to this argument not only preceding this final experiment, but now post-dating it to the point where he has disavowed flat Earth and called it a dangerous cult. You, to my knowledge, have maintained your association with Jaren. He has categorized you as a business associate. You have not said anything to lend otherwise. This is why, up to this point, I have considered you to be at least somewhat compromised because of your associations. Now, we get into the vapegate and we can get into the other things. All right.
Right. We didn't even get to accuse Witsit or anything when he come on. He was just accusing us.
Yeah, going and
We
swearing
didn't
at
get
us.
to say we're compromised. We didn't get
What's
to
that?
say we're a deceiver. We didn't get to say nothing because he won't shut up.
Yeah, he wouldn't just shut up. I had to mute him all the time just so I can get a word out, so any of us can get a word out. But you understand what I'm saying? Look at how he's acting here. He's like just
He's just taking slaps on the face off Zed.
Yeah.
You know? Zed's
Really
saying
weird.
things and which is just taking him. Look at him. Like,
It's all about perception. People, unfortunately, are gullible. And if they see that someone is speaking a lot, okay, so he speaks a lot, he must know a lot. He must be right. That's shortcut.
Watch.
Firstly, I am not in the camp that this is fake, and I'll repeat it as I said earlier. To me, the circling sun was known about. It's not a problem. It's only a problem for those adhering to a theoretical, begging the question model that's been reified and basically pushed for some agenda.
So he's actually listened to Nathan Oakley a bit. Well done.
Yeah, he is right with that bit. Reify the model.
Yeah, he's actually listened to Nathan a bit.
Can I add to that though? Like circling sun. That's biblical.
Circuit. Takes a circuit. Psalms 19.
The only salvation that Austin gets out here is he decries the radius of the earth that the globe purports. That's the only thing he does in this. And he says he's going to go out and give better arguments in the big arena with Candace Owens and all the rest of them. So that's what he wants to do. He wants a big name. So he's going to do anything he can to get it.
They still asking, does Red Bull Philosophy do any bits? I haven't seen him have content for a while, but I know he's been on BitChute and stuff. And I don't go on BitChute, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, he was quite big on YouTube.
Okay, so to me, you guys went down there and the observation was the observation. In my world, I didn't need you to go down there. I didn't need Jaren, Elizabeth, or anybody else to go down there to tell me about that sun. I already saw the evidence. It was enough for me. That's where I stand.
Where did you see the evidence?
In a book?
Where did you see the evidence, guys?
Nowhere.
In a preface that doesn't say what he said it said.
I think so. That's what
Wow.
we found so far.
Is it the same? Is it the same timeline that he says he's the one that started all the apparent sun, and he's the one that said, "Wow, this guy's fake, man."
Yeah.
Dan, okay. With that being said, you know there's a lot of heat on you right now. The vapegate thing is weird. Austin, I've looked at the evidence. There appears to have been a vape. Okay, now the floor is yours. The evidence shows me that you vaped and you blew it out. However, to me, that does not negate the observation. It does not make this thing fake. I don't think you guys were in some type of studio. All right. And I'm not saying you're like a Mason or a shill. And if you examine my content and it's all on record, I was very, very fair with you, particularly in the beginning. But your continued
He's not honest,
association with
guys.
Jaren is
He's
huge
very-
red flag.
If there is deception, we should fucking point it and ask
But
questions.
let's
So
not
we
let's
just can't
not
avoid it
conflate.
like that. No. He's this guy is deceptive. He's dangerous.
Yeah. But let's not conflate two things, right? Whether they're in the studio or not, or whether Witsit were vaping or not. Let's not conflate them two things. Witsit were vaping is a liar. Then we can look at whether they're in a studio or not. But like, we can't conflate them.
Yeah, I think that's what they want you to do.
But that's the thing.
Remember the
Why
question in a matter
would
of-
they need to do any lies?
Yeah. If you can see your breath, you can see your breath, right?
Remember
You can't
the
see your
question,
breath 1 minute and then not next.
in a matter of
That's
globe
bullshit.
Earth. Why
What's
Is
the
there
up,
any
lie?
evidence of them seeing the breath?
Yo, Sov.
I made it.
Did you hear you're an
Hey, so,
embarrassment to
nice
Earth,
to
man?
see you.
Better late than
Oh, I
never.
am, huh?
Yeah, we're all embarrassments because this Z that announces himself as the king of flat Earth.
You talking about
We're
that
all
little
embarrassment.
talking about that
Yeah.
little ferret-faced
Yeah, this guy,
Yeah,
over there?
Peckerwood. Yeah.
Who gives a shit what he says?
the
We're
guy,
done.
the guy that declares himself the king of flat Earth now.
Yeah, really? He told me
Yeah.
a year ago he was gonna
He
have
says-
he was gonna destroy my channel and he'd have more subscribers than me. So far, he hasn't destroyed my channel, and I have more subscribers than he does. So hey Z, you know where you can put your lips, buddy.
Well, he says he's coming personally for us. He's going to destroy us all.
Mm.
What a joke.
Hey, Sam, I see you brought that gravity with you today, too.
Mhm.
He's got a job on his hands, put it that way. It'd be struggling to debunk me.
This is the guy who was actively calling for people to self-delete themselves.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
And didn't get it, and the video's still up, never got taken down. It was
Exactly.
reported several
I
times,
always
never
cited
got
these
taken
people.
down. So who
Yeah,
is
it's
he
weird.
really?
it's weird,
Do
eh?
as you preach.
Like he's got connections.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just want to say, Kunal, thank you for your $5. Really appreciate it. It says, yeah, this is awesome. Level Earth Observer has a video called Stitchgate. Rather interesting. With
Yeah,
it,
it's
Stitch-
rare funny.
Yeah, and by the way, you were actually talking about it, Soph, about that
Mhm.
Stitchgate. Maybe you want
I
to
was
put
on
some more
Viking's
light on
show.
people?
That was on
Stitch
Viking's
gets
show
rare
when they
funny.
put that up, yeah.
There is so many gates in this FTE. Why? Because they are gatekeepers.
Mhm. Yeah. But that Stitchgate just makes more and more red flags.
I gotta watch that.
It's quite good. And by the way, I did some research into looking with the Insta360. Just stay tuned for my video because, sorry, Dave McKeegan, it's very possible to do what
Gotta
you
have
said
big
is
computers,
possible with it.
huge computers. Gotta bring them all down, pack them all up, bring it down with you. Yeah.
Wow. No, this is very possible to fake, guys. It's, oh man.
Of course, it's possible to fake, and they've got every reason to do so, haven't they? Let's be honest. We've got no reason to fake it or not to fake it. We've got every reason to question it. But on face value, if we accept the evidence is legit and bona fide, it doesn't prove globe. It might disprove AE map and the sun over it, but it doesn't prove globe. But they act like it proves globe as if it's measured curvature. Morons.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the pure
I just want to
gold
say
and
thank you,
logic.
guys. I've reached the goal. So now I have to do it. Z and Nachikita, I will have to debate you guys 2-on-1. Make sure you show up sometime.
Absolutely.
Calling
man.
them out.
Yeah, so I'm calling you out, Z and Nach. Let's debate. Wait.
You want to
Debate,
talk about
debate,
an
yeah.
embarrassment? Let me tell you something, Z. At least my wife and kids didn't abandon me and shun me and stop having contact with me because of I'm an asshole. That's what happened to you, Z.
Well, didn't you
What a bad
realize
judgment
he's
on
kind of a
character.
narcissist? When we started his stream, all I heard was him, me, I, me.
Yeah.
I'm the best,
Yep.
I'm the this. It's all about me. Literally says it's all about me. and what I think. That's what he said in the beginning.
Face
He's the
bastard.
king, though. He's the king, dude. He's the king. The king of flat Earth.
Some says he's a rat-faced bastard, and I fucking agree, Sov.
He looks like, you know, you get those people that are like failed musicians and they just, you know, they're like crackheads.
He actually looks like Jaren in that freeze frame.
Yeah, does he look like Jaren?
You mean failed musicians that go to their basement and pretend to be professors and get really drunk and get online? Like people like that?
Well, if Zed's pretending to be Jaren, Natch has got some serious trouble to look like Witsit.
Maybe that's why Z's so angry, because Witsit's still friends with Jaren and not friends with him.
Aw. Jesus.
Oh,
I'll be your
man.
best friend.
Yeah.
Red flags in my book. It continues to be to this day, and that's where I stand. Go ahead. Floor's yours.
All right, cool. Lot there. Obviously, I'll try to remember it all. So to quickly do the vape thing from the rip, right? The first time I was asked if I vaped in Antarctica, I said yes.
False.
So that was
False.
Wrong.
False.
said no,
Lies
dude.
again. You said you didn't vape because you went to get water, and that's why you see your breath. Must I play that again for everybody? Where you literally say you went to fetch water.
You don't have to. I was there when he did it, man.
Yep,
I
same
watched
here.
it.
Yeah, he never. I even know that he never admitted that. He's saying that is a lie.
Yeah. So he's doubling down on it again. Yeah.
Well, oh, let's mark these lies down. That's one.
Yeah. There you go.
So the first words he opens his mouth with lied. Okay.
We've got
Okay.
one.
in Earth
there.
Awakenings, this live stream 24/7. And I talked for hours and hours redundantly about that. Yes, I vaped. I used to vape. I quit vaping. I found a vape in my bag. Everyone claiming
Hold
that's
on,
a
Flats.
lie. I
1 second.
guess I can see why.
The first time he had a conversation was on Discord with you about that when he got back here.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with Earth Awakenings. He's obfuscating from the actual first time he brought the subject up and what he lied about.
Let's talk about Earth Awakening, shall we? Witsit shills.
Mm-hmm. Not everybody over there. I don't think SC Montreal is.
You know what's odd? Witsit always used to be on 24/7.
My ass.
Okay. He used to be on 24/7. Shout out to 24/7. You guys still rock.
Yeah,
He used to be on there all the time. Then Earth Awakenings came up, and then he moved over to Earth Awakenings. Earth Awakenings is a global Discord.
Yep, it is.
24/7 is a flat Earth Discord.
Yep.
Which one is he now supporting the whole time?
Can I just point out when Witsit was vaping, it weren't really him, it was Brian Leak. That far up his ass, it was Brian Leak vaping.
Well, Brian
Was it?
Leak still hasn't manned up, the coward, and actually come and defended his lies to me yet.
Well, he pointed out your lie, supposedly. I remember that.
What? By saying, where have I lied? And then says I'm lying when I ask where have I lied.
Tim Pool from Timu.
So I left for you a message on the private chat.
Is that that link?
Yeah, that's for you.
All right.
Maybe you know some names, but probably not everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Oh,
worth
cool.
looking into it.
I got a question. Like, does he not realize that he's being recorded the
Thank
whole
you.
time he does this stuff?
He's too
Does Witsit
stupid to
know that?
understand that.
They don't care, mate. They don't care. He's been paid.
He's probably paid to make it look make himself look
Yeah.
as dumb as possible.
Right, let me just put this to you, right? If you went to Antarctica, like Witsit, and you got 5 million or whatever, do you think you'd care what people are saying? You're just going to act and play dumb on screen. It don't matter.
I mean, he literally says that he only got he said he only got $5
Alex.
in his for the super chats in Antarctica. Roger, how many super chats did you send alone?
I think 3.
And that's
Yeah.
about $2 each. So there's already $6 just from you. Sov
Yeah,
sent super
and-
chats. Many other people sent super chats. So
Listen,
how does it
listen,
only add up to $5?
listen. Why would you trust a man whose own name is on his living room wall?
Right.
See you later.
Yeah.
Run along with it. You're a fool.
Yeah.
Why that's coincidental or whatever, but I found an old vape and I hid it because I wasn't at home, right? So like I wouldn't vape around my children. I quit vaping because Aaliyah was about to be born. You know, like I wasn't going to smoke when I had children or whatever. I also had a cigarette there. I hate cigarettes. Think they smell terrible. Would never smoke around my.
But we have video evidence of you smoking constantly at Antarctica. Why did you smoke? Why did you vape if you don't smoke?
I've heard he's smoking, drinking, vaping.
Yes.
I've heard everything.
Yeah, he said it was the stress that did it. It made him smoke cigarettes. The stress.
Guys, on the panel, quick question: what was your first psyop which have awakened you? I don't think so. It was probably Earth because it's like a bigger topic.
9/11.
9/11. All right. Usually it was like 9/11. Yeah.
No plans.
Blue beam, harp.
Blue beam. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Blue beam and harp. That was like got me more into it. And then then I looked into 9/11 a bit more and Flat Earth.
9/11 is the big one.
Have any of you guys heard Brian's logic talk about how long it took him to discover flat Earth? 8 seconds. I think I'm on par with that. Like, I literally heard that water don't curve, and I'm like, hold on a minute, what the fuck? You know?
Did you all see where King Nico went on Sean Hawkins' channel?
Yeah,
yesterday?
I wanted to watch that debate tonight. We were going to review it, but then Michael asked us, let's talk about this tonight. So tomorrow night, we're going to be reviewing that debate. Have you watched it yet?
I watched just a little bit of it to see what was going on. I didn't think Nico would stay there as long as he did. Just given the foul mouth that.
I haven't watched anything yet,
Oh,
but
no,
I want to see if Sean actually presents anything.
Yeah, I like Nico, and it can call out the shit, but it can't debate. Like, I'm sorry.
Look, debating is not for everybody.
No.
Cheers, Roger. Thanks for coming, man.
No problem, guys.
Appreciate you. You rock, man.
Appreciate you. You rock too.
Woo-hoo. Okay.
I'll be listening.
Shot. Let's quickly see if we can get on somewhere.
My children, etc. So I did that. I was away from my house is the only reason I would be vaping or smoking a cigarette. Okay. I never lied about hitting a vape. What I said and still say to this day, which is just the truth, is that I did not hit a vape and then walk over to the camera to try to fake my breath. That would just be retarded. Like,
then you're retarded, mate. That's exactly what you did.
I'm gonna show you quickly again. I'm gonna do a Witsit quickly, guys. I'm just gonna quickly head and get my gloves. Pick up snow. Da 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 da. Coming back. What now? Okay, let me do what a normal person do. I'm just gonna quickly get my gloves and put the music on. Hey guys, oh wait, my breath's showing. What now?
Yeah, and it's the only time it shows.
Which one seems more?
Would you not have just said, "I don't know why I can't see my breath"?
That's what I would.
And left it at that, like, you know.
You can literally see he was holding his breath and let his breath out.
Have you seen
that's the
that?
first thing he did. He didn't even speak.
Have you seen that video by Mucky Two Shoes where they can only see the breath when they're near that blue box?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that?
With the lighting.
Yeah.
And it was funny because they was like, "Oh, we can't see our breath; it's too dry."
Right.
That's the point. That's the one thing. So in other words, it's not too dry; it's the lighting.
Right.
So it is always showing.
Right. So that video, what Mucky Two Shoes showed, was Witsit saying, "Yeah, you can see your breath," Jaren. Jaren saying, "No, you can't." And then they both saw each other and went, "Yeah, you can see your breath." Right. Why did Jaren tell you? And that's what I brought up to Witsit when Witsit come on your channel. Why did Jaren say you can't see your breath in Antarctica? Right. That's a contradiction into what I went off. I brought that up to Witsit and he called me a liar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you even bring timestamps and showed him everything.
Yep.
But I got to point out to people, if you look at this, you know why that it also shows Witsit vaped and lied? Because Antarctica, the breath always shows then. It's just the lighting that shows why you can't see it sometimes. But that means the breath's always there. It's just the lighting that means you can't see it. So in other words, it wasn't the lighting that changed to make the breath show. It was a vape.
Yeah, but that bullshit that Antarctica is a desert and that's why you can't see breath. It's
it comes
bullshit.
from your lungs.
You can see breath because moisture comes from your lungs.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can't tell me the guy's lungs is colder than -8 degrees Celsius. Bullshit. You'll be dead if your lungs is colder than -8 degrees Celsius.
Yep.
Bollocks, mate. I can see my breath when it's plus. I can see my breath when it's minus.
Mhm.
Bollocks.
Now you say you think that I really went there, so you can see why if I was just actually there, faking my breath with a vape would just be retarded, right? Like it doesn't even make any sense.
It's perplexing to say the least.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So like if you actually look at the video real closely, you'll see every time I hit a vape, I'm trying to hide it from the camera. And that's because I would never vape on camera.
Hide it from the camera, literally. That's hiding it from the camera, guys, from all the 360 cameras around. Oh,
Right,
what a-
so Witsit said that he didn't want to vape because he didn't want to be on camera. He don't want vaping to, like, he don't want to make it a big thing that, like, it don't promote vaping. While he were on about 50 cameras.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
this is nothing to do with his girlfriend. Then this is just to do with not the way he doesn't want to be
No.
presented.
He
Yeah,
tried
yeah,
to make out that he didn't want to do it because he were on camera, yeah? But he were on about 50 cameras, Anthony. That's why he's been caught out.
Yeah, but that's how dumb the guy is. He thinks, hello, I'm going to be releasing my 24-hour footage sometimes on a 360, and it's going to be picking me up vaping.
Seems to me that that's like saying, I don't want to be caught on the CCTV camera robbing the shop. So I'm going to rob the shop out in the blind, in the blind part where the camera can't see. So that I can't be shown as stealing from the shop, as if stealing from the shop's okay. So
It's worse than that, Anthony. It's like saying you're going to rob from the shop and you're not going to be caught because you're on camera.
Because you're not on camera.
That's what it really. Yeah, but you are always on camera. That's where
it's not logical for him to take that position in the first place. It doesn't logically follow. Yeah, it's dodgy.
It is dodgy. He's
One,
been caught
I
out.
think it's trashy looking. And two,
and now he's just trying to like battle his way through it.
Mm-hmm.
if there's like younger people that like look up to me, quote unquote, in any way, I don't want to make them think that vaping's cool. Right? It's the same reason I don't cuss.
Well, then
Like,
why did you do it?
Young
Because
people look up to him.
Hold on a minute. He's been on and cussed at us.
He said young people look up to him. Why?
What young people?
Who?
Anybody looks up to this rusted ninja?
Let's be honest. There's not many young people in this topic, is there? It's all adults that are researching whether or not what came
But
first.
that's the thing, Anthony. How many young people have actually come on my channel? Quite a few. Why do they come to my channel and not to that doofus's channel?
He's been on your channel and swore.
It's not a sound argument for him to make that he might be a role model for young people. There's really not many young people in this topic. So, well, there is on TikTok, but not the vast majority of us are like 30 plus.
Yeah, but that's his big head, Anthony, thinking that.
No, I think he's trying to like trivialize it or support it even to make it sound more positive.
I think he thinks he's a role model. I really do, and it's not.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, no, it's bad. Like
young people look up to me.
Should I make a shirt called Witsit, the role model?
People look up at me. I lay on camera.
Oh, man.
God, that's a Ziggy Stardust syndrome. That's what happened. You ever heard the song Ziggy Stardust? That's exactly what happens to these guys. They get sucked up into their own damn head, thinking they're all that shit, Yep. And I'll tell you, the biggest problem with Zetetic Warrior is that he's just a toxic son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care where he goes. He's just a toxic son of a bitch. He just wants to fight and argue and be an asshole to people. And that's one of the reasons I don't want anything to do with that guy. It ain't about his information or anything else. It's just because he's an asshole.
Yeah,
I've heard it put out there that Zed is American Owen.
I
He's
just want
what?
to quickly say.
Oh yeah, okay.
An American Owen.
I got you. Yeah,
I agree.
Ego
Tony
is driven by
Whitcomb.
Satan.
Thank you, Tony
Someone's
Whitcomb.
right. He's from Jesus.
Thank you, Tony Whitcomb, for your £5 super chat. You should have taken a bull to Antarctica. Would go for everyone as it loves red flags. That's a good one. Thank you very much. Yeah, it'll be like a bull in a China shop, man. Really appreciate the super chat. You rock. Roger Ledwell, $2. He says, as you young people don't look up to liars. Us young people don't look up to liars, lol. Thank you very much. Is Roger young? Young at heart.
That's one of the problems though, is like 20-year-old like. Yeah, I've forgot what Witsit knows, and I bet Sov's forgot what I know.
Is that maybe why he tries to look like he's dressing like a hip hop artist or something? Because he thinks he looks cool and young and hip or something? Could that be the reason?
He's gonna look back at himself in 20 or 30 years and go, "Good God, was I ever an asshat?" Trust me.
He looks like what is called? It's not a hippie.
No.
There are guys like don't drink, don't. Jesus, what's the name? For fuck's sake, I forgot.
No, because if I look at him, you know, when you think of like GTA, he makes you think of one of a character in GTA that like thinks he's all cool and stuff, but he's actually just a scammer, and he just lies to everybody, and he just fake. You know what I mean?
Remember, hipster.
I see a guy with his own name on his bed, on his room wall. It's like me turning my camera on, right? And you can all see me sat in my room, and it says "Khan" on wall. It's like, is this guy for real?
Well, remember, Z also said he's the king of flat Earth now, so they fit right in together. So
he's a king, all right.
The K I'm thinking of is not spelled for king.
King of one man land. That's who he is.
He's a legend in his own fucking mind. That's what it is. He's a legend in his own mind.
Well, actually, let's do. I don't think because we're not gonna really have time now. Let's go listen to this intro of him. Solve.
Give myself the flowers.
Watch this. Listen to what he says.
Yes, that is correct. You have found your way to Z Show. With, of course, me, your ever faithful host. Z, one letter, one syllable. That's all it takes, really. It's not complicated around here. I mean, I have a longer name, Zetetic, but that's a lot to handle for some people. So it's just Z. Easy enough. Either way, welcome. Welcome, old friends, and welcome, new friends. What do they say? Well, a stranger is simply a friend you have not met yet. So we're all friends here.
Is it?
So come one, come all. Gather round for the show that never ends. The show that's about me and everything that goes on inside my imagination. Greetings.
Imagination.
In my mind.
What shall we talk about?
A show that's about me.
We'll be talking about me.
Makes me want to tune right in there. Jesus. I mean, come on, man. You can't be serious.
When you hear this kind of stuff, it's even hard to bring your thoughts into the words, you know, because you're just dumbfounded.
It does talk like Jim. It really does. Mm-hmm. And that's why I said to Flats earlier, Zed is your new Jaren and Natch is your new Witsit. Get in there.
Well, I just want to ask Natch quickly. How does it feel to be the Robin?
Robin.
Oh. The boy wonder.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
The boy wonder.
Yeah, he could be relegated to be an Alfred. You know, that's.
Or how does it feel to be the Pan's shadow?
But remember, Batmans were changing. Alfred was always there.
And I have to also point it out. It must suck to be the Pan shadow because the Pan isn't even able to fly.
Are you on about the frying pan?
Yep.
Well, I don't know. It seems to me that if somebody were to hit you in the Peter with a pan, you'd fly. Yeah.
Oh, man, it's insanity. Well,
Crazy stuff like, but this is the world we're walking in it. You know, we've got to deal with it.
yeah. So hopefully Z and Natch will actually take us up sometime and actually have a discussion.
You got time for about a minute and 24-second video?
Yeah.
Yeah. We can do that for
No,
use
come
of
on,
any
right
time,
here.
man.
Check this out.
If there were a firmament that was getting lower to the ground as you went south beyond the Antarctic shoreline, planes would have to fly lower. That is something that would just make sense on the biblical Earth model. And when you look into what actually happens in Antarctica, you find out that, wait a minute, planes do actually fly lower. How much lower? Well, a lot lower. When you look at their elevation, it's around 11,000 feet in the Antarctic region. When you go to the Arctic, it should be exactly the same because they say we live on a globe and the south and the north are exactly the same. However, they're flying at 29,000 feet, far higher because they don't have to worry about a barrier. And it's not some barrier we're making up. There is footage of this barrier. We've shared it before. There are declassified documents that speak of it. The Encyclopedia Britannica talks about a dome-like structure being around 13,000 feet beyond the 80th south parallel. I used to think there could be another explanation for that. However, there might be some truth to those numbers given that they're flying that low in Antarctica. What do you guys think? Let us know. I think this is...
Yep. Oh, by the way, you know what the globe's excuse is for that 13,000 feet in Antarctica?
Visibility.
Ice.
They have an excuse for it, really.
Yes, they have an excuse. They say it's an ice dome. They say you get more than one type of ice dome. It's like built up ice, apparently.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
You have an,
Oh, my God.
Oh
my God.
You have an ice dome and a globe now.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be our argument?
No, you have multiple ice domes on the globe.
Wouldn't that be our argument that they would mock us for?
Yeah.
Ballers will talk.
They have to borrow from the flat because the globe wouldn't work if they wouldn't borrow measurements from the flat. That's just as simple as that. It's not rocket science.
I'll tell you something now, right? I've dealt with ballers for like 8 years, and comments I've got off him are like so stupid.
It's
So
really
it
dumb.
don't surprise me that it don't surprise me that they're willing to argue a dome if they think they can defeat a flat earther. Like, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Just want to say, guys, 312 votes. Witsit and Z need to be called out. Yes, 71%. No, 29%.
Unlucky 29%. It's been done.
But yeah, so official calling out Z and Witsit and Nachikita. Come on.
When you say Witsit and Z, you don't mean them together, do you? You mean them separate.
Yeah, they can all come together. If they need to hold each other's hand.
Together, Anthony.
Yeah, if they want to hold each other's hands, they're more than happy to.
So basically, he's replacing Jaren then. Instead of it Bob, Jaren, and Austin, it's now Austin and Z.
Austin, Z, and Natch.
It's Z and Natch, not Austin and Jaren. They've been thrown in the bus. Now it's Natch and Z.
Yeah, the thing is, remember, Nachikita.
It's nuts.
Natch.
The thing is, Witsit and Jaren are now the old clothes. They've been recycled now to become Z and Nachikita, apparently, with the upward rising earthers.
Oh my God!
And their priest Dal.
That's all right. That's the only thing that they're going to get is people that are swayed by the perception deception. That's what they count on. They count on their look how big my channel is and everybody watches me. I influence young people and all this other bullshit. See, go ahead and Ziggy Stardust out all you want to. Your self-perceived status means nothing to me. Okay? I'll throw you off my show just as quick as I will anybody else if you act like an asshole. I don't care who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump could hit my link and come on there, and if he acted like a dickhead, I'd say, take a hike, clown. Okay?
Yeah, that's it. It's as simple as that. Doesn't matter who.
I agree with you. Never bow to so-called authority.
Shit, no. I don't resent authority. I deny its existence.
Very well said. Very well said. I exactly got the same approach. Only authority which exists is God. No other. No man has more rights than me. No man has a right to rule me.
That's
but
right.
people, if they agree, they go into tacit agreement. Okay, it's on them because they don't know what I'm talking about. They're getting a double speak, and they go into tacit. As simple as that.
Yep. That's why I hear somebody yelling an order out at somebody, telling them to do something like that. Immediately, man, I have to catch myself because I just bristle up. I'm like, I just want to stand up and go, fuck you. Like that, because it's like, who are you? Shut up.
Okay.
To be honest, I despise so-called authority. I despise.
Yeah. I want to answer that though, David. Yeah, who are they? Like, who are you? Who are you to tell me what I think, what I do? You speak for me. No, you don't. Who are you?
Judges and so on, they're saying, "Oh, we have authority. Authority from who? Or from the people?" I didn't write the contract. Show me the contract. Show my name on the contract that I gave you the right to rule me. Show me, please.
Yeah. It's only a social contract. I didn't sign shit, man.
Exactly.
Question why am I stuck here with a bunch of retards anyway? What are you doing to me here?
Yeah, Witsit made it very clear that if there's going to be a documentary, he gets the sign off, so it has to be a flat out documentary, or they aren't going to be in the documentary. Yeah, whatever.
Have you heard what Duffy said about documentary? Yeah, I think Witsit's deceived, mate.
This fine print he probably didn't read, by the way.
Mate, according to Duffy, there's going to be a documentary and it won't go our way. According to Witsit, there's going to be a documentary and it's going to go our way. Yeah, contradiction there, like.
Everything Witsit's been saying has been a lie and a contradiction. So I don't trust a word that comes out of Witsit's mouth.
Me neither.
Because what's going to happen? It's going to be a mockumentary and Wit's going to say, oh, but they lied. There was probably, there was fine print I didn't read. Watch. There's fine print I missed.
Even word itself documentary.
But in the meantime, Witsit was planning this all along because he's part of that damn idiocy.
Well, what do you expect? You stick your hand down into a basket full of rattlesnakes. What do you think's going to happen?
Yep.
Oh, fluffy bunnies! You're gonna get fluffy bunnies in there, man.
Yeah, you're gonna put your hand in and take it out, and they'll be not touched by him, like
Not gonna happen.
They'll bite fuck out of your hand.
So yeah. Any closing statements, guys?
Yeah, I've got a closing statement. Anyone who comes here, you need truth. If you're following Zed and your Witsits and your Nachikitas, you're not in truth. Come here for truth or follow them.
I agree.
I mean Sov as well, like.
Obviously.
I knew what you meant, Michael.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, I meant you, Sov, like, just because
and Vlad,
you're always gonna get somebody said, yeah, well, Candid says Sov.
And Vlad, if you want truth,
yeah,
go to
Vlad. Ironworks, definitely Ironworks.
Definitely, Ironworks is on the roll, man. Really cool stuff.
Ironworks is pissed off like I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ironworks is solid. I've talked to him a number of times, not just on here, but on telephone and shit like that. And I get a real good vibe off of him, man.
Like,
I really do.
I get the feeling that Ironworks were like following that kind of side of FE, and now all of a sudden he's had his world rocked and he's pissed off. That's what I get coming from him. Like,
apparently, they say not a Professor Dave debated Lord Jamal now. So we must also do that review.
no, well, that drinking thing, weren't it?
The question I got is, no, Professor Dave, why are you going to Lord Jamal that knows nothing about actually what's going on? And you running away from what?
A bigger question is, but a bigger question is, do you think Lord Jamal cares what Professor Dave
No,
thinks?
he's
When
just getting.
Lord
He's just
Jamal's
getting more
probably a
exposure.
millionaire and Professor Dave's struggling to get by.
Yeah. But I mean, why is Professor Dave going after like Lord Jamal that obviously doesn't understand most of the things we talk about? But he's literally running away from people like us. That's been calling him out for years now.
We should try and get Lord Jamal on.
I've actually messaged him. He hasn't messaged me back.
No, you're not likely.
I actually want to see if I can maybe contact his agent.
Yeah.
There you go.
But like Lord Jamal's a millionaire, right?
Yeah. That's why you have to get through to his agent. He was not going.
Do you really think he cares what people laughing at him think?
No,
he doesn't.
Not at all.
Well, that's what Ironworks was covering last night. Was that debate with Lord Jamal and Dave Witsit, or Dave Witsit. Jesus Christ.
Dave Witsit, yeah.
Freudian slip. Holy crap. But I was watching that and I was like, man, that dude is such a condescending piece of shit. It's not even funny. You know? He's like, if you don't go along, well, it's because of this, stupid. And it's like, no, it's not. Why do you think it's because of that? And why are you calling me stupid? You're just repeating some shit that somebody told you. Let's put this into action there, Dave. Let's show the demonstrable science behind it, Dave. I'd like to really blow his ass out of the water and tell him, man, just like I tell everybody else, that, you know, astronomy is not science, right? You do understand that, right?
They hate that. They literally hate being told that astronomy is not science. They hate it.
The name literally means naming stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Astronomy.
Yeah. It literally means naming stars. There's nothing scientific about it. It's just looking at shit.
That's why you can buy stars in it, as if anybody owns stars anyway. But you can buy stars, because all you're buying is the piece of paper with a name on it.
Yep. And it's
okay, I'll put a new poll up, guys. Ignore the one, please. Tomorrow night stream: Dave versus Lord Jamal or Sean Hawkins versus King Nico for tomorrow night.
I've got to click on Sean Hawkins one just because it'll be funny.
Well, so far, Sean Hawkins versus King Nico's winning.
I've got to see how the man who thinks a pound of feathers weighs more than a pound of metal. I've got to see how he actually acts in a debate. Like,
there's got to be a context to that, though. He can't have said that.
No, let me show you. I can show you the actual.
He didn't say it, mate. It's a man.
Yeah, but there must be some just before.
The context. The context. Let me give the context quickly. I shared a video where people. Let me actually play the video. How's that? Then we'll go from there. And I said, this reminds me of when we talk to people about RDD. Okay? Let's just...
I 100% believe Sean said that, like, 'cause he's fake.
Yeah, he's dumb. Okay, let me just share screen quickly, and then I'll show you. See, this is what I said. I'll put this video. And this is how globes are when you explain relative density equilibrium, okay? This is the short.
Feathers. That's right, it's a kilogram of steel, because steel is heavier than feathers. What do you mean?
They're both a kilogram.
But steel's heavier than feathers.
I know, but they're both a kilogram.
What? It doesn't prove anything. Steel's heavier than feathers.
I know, but look, they're both a kilogram, right? So they're the same.
I wouldn't want to look at the size of this. That's cheating.
No, they're the same
No,
weight.
it's a kilogram.
What's heavier? A kilogram?
Flat. I dropped the link. Guys, you will love it.
Okay,
Let's see.
we'll get it now.
To the private chat. It's very short, like 2 minutes.
Okay, we'll show another. And then anyway, then he goes and he comments to this. Flatzoid isn't smart enough to know that a pound of feathers weighs more than a pound of metal. And then he doubles down. Did I put that in?
Yeah,
doubles down and he says,
it's
"I
gold.
meant-"
That
Yeah,
makes
then he
sure
doubles down and says, "I
the
meant
dope
gold."
in the video.
So next time, ask him what is heavier, 1 kilogram of apples or 1 kilogram of pears?
Yeah. So not long after that, I saw him in Brian's Logic's chat, calling Brian, telling him he don't know what he's talking about. And I says, Sean, how can you tell somebody that don't know what they're talking about when you think a pound of feathers weighs more than a pound of metal? Right? And I had loads of troll comments. Not one defending what Sean said. Pathetic. The guy's a moron.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, tomorrow night.
Anthony, 1 minute. Anthony, you were there when Sean said gas weren't air.
Oh God!
The gas was water. Is that what he said?
No, it said air's not gas.
Yeah,
he said.
He said that many things. There's got to be a context.
How can you say he's not said that? You know, Sean says things like that.
He does.
Yeah, I remember when he said that. And didn't he say that? I'm trying to remember who he said that to, because I was like, "You're right. It's not a gas. It's a mixture of gases."
Yeah, he did say that to someone. Anyway, I just want to say tomorrow night we can do Sean Hawkins versus King Nico. 70% for that. So we'll do that tomorrow night. Okay, let's quickly watch this video from the thing so we can end up the stream. Okay. Front fell off.
Senator Collins, thanks for coming in.
It's a great pleasure, thank you.
This ship that was involved in the incident off Western Australia this week...
Yeah, the one the front fell off?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not very typical. I'd like to make that point.
Well, how is it untypical?
Well, there are a lot of these ships going around the world all the time, and very seldom does anything like this happen. I just don't want people thinking that tankers aren't safe.
Was this tanker safe?
Well, I was thinking more about the other ones.
The ones that are safe?
Yeah, the ones the front doesn't fall off.
Well, if this wasn't safe, why did it have 80,000 tonnes of oil on it?
Well, I'm not saying it wasn't safe. It's just perhaps not quite as safe as some of the other ones.
Why?
Well, some of them are built so the front doesn't fall off at all.
Well, wasn't this built so the front wouldn't fall off?
Well, obviously not.
How do you know?
Well, because the front fell off and 20,000 tonnes of crude oil spilled into the sea caught fire. It's a bit of a giveaway. I just like to make the point that that is not normal.
Well, what sort of standards are these oil tankers built to?
Oh, very rigorous maritime engineering standards.
What sort of thing?
Well, the front's not supposed to fall off for a start.
And what other things?
Well, there are regulations governing the materials that they can be made of.
What materials?
Well, cardboard's out.
And?
No cardboard derivatives.
Like paper?
No paper. No string, no sellotape.
Rubber?
No, rubber's out. They've got to have a steering wheel. There's a minimum crew requirement.
What's the minimum crew?
Oh, one, I suppose.
So the allegations that they're just designed to carry as much oil as possible, the hell with the consequences, I mean, that's ludicrous.
Absolutely ludicrous. These are very, very strong vessels.
So what happened in this case?
Well, the front fell off in this case, by all means, but it's very unusual.
But Senator Collins, why did the front fall off?
Well, a wave hit it.
A wave hit it?
A wave hit the ship.
Is that unusual?
Oh, yeah. At sea, chance in a million.
So what do you do to protect the environment in cases like this?
The ship was towed outside the environment.
Into another environment?
No. It's been towed beyond the environment. It's not in the environment.
No, but from one environment to another environment.
No, it's beyond the environment. It's not in an environment. It has been towed beyond the environment.
Well, what's out there?
Nothing's out there.
Well, there must be something out there.
There is nothing out there. All there is sea and birds and fish.
And?
And 20,000 tonnes of crude oil.
And what else?
And a fire.
And anything else?
And part of the ship that the front fell off. But there's nothing else out there.
Senator Collins, thanks for
It's a
joining
complete void.
Yeah, we're out of time.
The environment's perfectly safe. We're out of time?
Yeah.
Can you book me a cab?
But didn't you come in a Commonwealth car?
Yes, I did. But
what happened?
On the front fell off.
That is 100% like dealing with boltards.
Yeah, bro.
You're asking questions and oh man.
That is like talking to a boltard every day.
That was laughing.
Oh my god.
Too funny.
The senator
yeah, we
didn't-
can maybe watch that video next time. Oh man.
the senator didn't lie. He gave a less than truthful response. Oh, okay. Well, that's much better. Okay.
Oh wow. Okay, let's try this again. Ending statements.
I can't make a statement after that. How can you make a statement after that? We're dealing with idiots. That's what we're dealing with.
Yes, we do.
Okay, cool.
I
So
can
I'll
give
see you guys
one.
all tomorrow night.
Like,
So
give
you can have a
one,
show.
for the people.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on live tonight for a little while. I'll probably go on about an hour earlier than I normally do, about 8:30. Because I got to be up doing trim work in this place now. Holy crap! And
Yeah, Flats, Yanis were talking.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear.
Yeah, no worries. I can wait.
It's quiet. It's quiet.
Yeah, I always shut up when someone is speaking, so I don't want to interrupt. Anyway.
Okay, so make sure to catch Solve and then sorry, Janusz, go on.
So the statement from me is grow balls, grow straight backbone, stay in truth, expose and oppose the lies, and at the end, start using the most powerful word in the world. Start saying fucking no.
yes,
Yep.
yes.
Amen.
Amen. You have anything to say, Anthony? Brilliant.
Yeah,
That was a
but-
great statement.
Sorry, no. I'm just having a surgical procedure being partaken at the minute. Mrs. is trying to pluck a little annoying hair out my ear.
Anthony, you're playing computer games again.
No, that's the
Hey,
dogs in the back.
What is this bullshit as you get older? What happens with your eyebrows, man? I'm like having to trim them. Like I went and tilted my head back like this and could see in the mirror, and I had like these hairs sticking up off my eyebrows. Like what?
2 days ago, my wife actually had to pull. The one was like this long.
God,
crazy. It's like some of them just grow extra quick.
I can't stand having hair, bristles. Like instead of those little white wispy ones that grow in your hair, in your ear, get like little bristle ones every now and again. They just drive me nuts. They got to come out.
Like there is something about the hair, to be honest, because if you really look into the women, they are usually way more intuitive than men. Maybe there's connection, maybe not, but they usually have long hair, like antennas, the same as Samson. Remember the from the mythology? Yes.
Yeah.
Usually men with the long beard, they are usually not always, but usually wise. So there is something with it. So maybe it is an extension. We are getting more information from the Earth. I don't know how to say it, but maybe something in it is worth to look into it.
Okay, so see you all tomorrow night. Many
See you later,
blessings.
guys.
Thank you for coming. Please hit the likes if you haven't already. Share the show. And go tell Z and Natch and them we're calling them out. So blessings, many blessings. May the pressure be with you. Bye bye.
Everyone, it was fun as always.
I gotta drop, guys. Mrs. is calling.